Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Those on the thunder throw, so shock and groan. The disobedience turned their hearts to stone. Rejected the truth, lost in the zone. Now they're paying rent in Hades' bone home. Both crackheads, no shelter in the night. Underworld gates, that eternal fright. Denials echoed through torturous flight. Only face facts could have saved their plight. Lightning crack, no way back. Lost souls on brimstone track. Ignorance, gotta pay the toll. Zeus truth or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float. Whales of the foolish on
Greetings.
denied Olympian decree nothing totes. Eternal chains, no antidote.
Bama, good morning. How are you?
Demigods whisper, lost souls scream. Follow the
Hopefully you all had a great weekend.
wrath, a cruel dream. Streams of torment echo loud. Lost in sulfur, desperate, proud. Zeus watches from Olympus cloud.
Don't worry.
Rejected truth, their fates avowed.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you all had a great weekend. Hey. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Rick. How are you doing, my good friend? Hope you all had a great and relaxing weekend. Happy Sunday, happy Monday. You know what we do. Sandy, W Rick in the chat. All right, you know what we came to do. It's election day Eve. All right. Woo! Let's go. Yeah, I'm a legend. Thank you. You've been waiting for me, Rhea. I've been waiting for you. Let's go. Woo! Tiffany for the people. Ladies and gentlemen, you all are so amazing. We're about to do it. History in the making. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Listen. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome where, you know what, anything can go. It could go either way, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to still keep telling the truth, all right? So before we get started, let's take care of some housekeeping items. Good morning, and for those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? You keep asking this same question. Well, let me explain it to you. The first H is because I am honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. I mean, sometimes it's tough to do. It's a tough job, but someone has to do it. All right, that's the first H. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most humble. Yeah, I am the most humble. All right, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize. Good morning, Rye Guy. And the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is you've guessed it. I am and will always remain the most handsome. Right? Somebody said I'm already lying. Listen up, Jason USA 1977. I have no reason to lie about all three H's. All right, now you can be like me if you get out of that cult. All right, and so Jason, stop being a what we call player hater out there. All right, it's not my fault you were born looking like that. All right, it's not my fault. All right, but listen, it's one thing to be ugly on the outside, but when you're ugly on the inside, Jason, that's right there. That's what we call the unpardonable sin in the kingdom, right, ladies and gentlemen? You all show Jason some love. Tell Jason it'll be okay, but he got to quit supporting nasty people, all right? Speaking of nasty people, many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of TikTok, on this side of town. What we do is very, very special. We hold our friends on the right accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes, all right? And believe you me, it seems like Donald Trump and his supporters, they're committing crimes right now in broad daylight. Have you heard about all these poll results that are coming out? Word around town is you got Trump supporters, they email themselves fake poll numbers. I've seen this on X. All right, let me make sure I pull this up. I've seen it on X, ladies and gentlemen. Last night I was trying to get some rest, you know. Who is this person? Let me see who's this clown that was on X last Ryan Fournier, whatever you say. He made the mistake of emailing himself fake poll results. I mean, he gave Trump a boost in Georgia. He was giving Trump a boost in Iowa, Pennsylvania, Arizona, all the swing states, all the battleground states. So it's the scheme. MAGA is flooding X with fake poll numbers to try to make it look like it's closer than it really is. All right. So I say, all right, I know what I got to do this morning. We're going to ruin these Trump supporters' breakfast. All right. Do I got any Trump supporters out there? Identify yourselves. Somebody says, Zeus, they have no sound. Who says, Jerry, you have no sound. You might want to close the app and then reopen it. You all can hear me, right? You all can hear me. Can you all hear me? Let me make sure, because, you know, sometimes this app glitches. Okay, you can hear me, Ange. All right, thank you, Ange. Yeah, Jerry, you got to close the app and then relaunch it. You might even have to update it. So, you know what we do over here? We take no prisoners. So, do I have any Trump supporters in the audience this morning? Any Trump supporters? Please identify yourselves. If you're a Trump supporter, put garbage for Trump in the chat. Put garbage for Trump in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I like to see that. And shout out to Joe Biden for giving you all that new title. Thank you, President Biden. Good morning, Sneaky Fingers. Yes, you can hear me. Any garbage for Trump out there? Identify yourselves. We don't got all morning to do this. Oh, somebody said F you. That one right there, Teresa, please, Teresa, come on up here, Teresa. Maybe you haven't heard of Zeus, Teresa, but I don't get offended by anything you MAGA possessed demons have to say to me. Because as far as I'm concerned, Teresa, your soul is already gone. And you are a prime candidate for hell, Teresa. So I would encourage you to sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast before you end up at the Capitol on January 6th throwing away your life. All right, Teresa? Act like you got some common sense, Teresa. It's sad I have to teach you how to behave out here, especially right before the election. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Teresa straight to the lake of fire. Let's give her a huge round of booze and shame. Goodbye, Teresa. Now I'm getting there. Now I'm getting there, Teresa. Thank you. Now I'm getting there.
Silence, you MAGA.
Thank you, Teresa, for activating Zeus. Teresa decided to get in the box and talk to Zeus. Teresa.
Yeah.
Why did you put FU in my chat? I haven't even started my show, ma'am. Could you explain that?
Well, I don't like being called garbage, and none of Trump's supporters, they don't really appreciate it either.
But who called you garbage first?
Biden.
Do you think that's really what President Biden did, ma'am?
Yes, he did.
Let's just say that's what he did. Why did Donald Trump rent out a garbage truck and put that orange vest on and proudly call you and all of your friends garbage? Why did he do that? Why did Don Jr. dress up as garbage? You've seen all these pictures of Trump supporters on the internet, and they say garbage for Trump. Have you seen those photos?
No, I haven't seen those.
Let me see if I got something special for you. All right, hold on if you don't mind. Hold on. Let me see if I can get that queued up. Because what I don't want to end up doing, Teresa, is I don't want to be what they call a liar. Okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, a liar, they can't tarry around the good Lord. Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay.
Flowtro Plus offers 24-hour service 7 days a week.
Clogged drains can lead to serious issues.
Flowtro Plus will tear out walls or pipes to diagnose.
All right. Are you there, Teresa?
Yes, I am.
All right. Let me see if I can get this thing activated this morning. All right. Because see, if it was just Zeus picking on people and stuff like that, I'd say, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, Teresa does have a good point. All right. Let me see if I can get that going. All right. You see this guy right there?
Yes.
You know where he's at? He's at a Trump rally, and guess who's on stage? Your cult leader, Donald Trump. So, isn't it fair to say that I have permission to call you garbage for Trump? And the only reason he's proud of it, you see the "Make America Great Again" hat, right? Oh, you can't read it? Somebody says they can't read. You know that's at his rally, right?
I guess if you say.
Well, why would you don't think that's AI? That's not photoshopped. I mean, this is a black man who Donald Trump who has captured mentally, all right, and summoned to his rally and convinced him that he's garbage for Trump. So when I was starting my show, Teresa, and I said, any Trump supporters out there, please put garbage for Trump in the chat. You get why I was saying it now?
Not really. It doesn't make any sense to me.
But well, it should make sense to you because Biden never really called you all garbage. He was saying the comment that that so-called comedian made was a garbage comment. But I get it. The grammar of it, you all just went with that part and you left off the rest and it just became the new thing, right? And so you remember Trump walking around in that garbage truck, right? You remember him trying to get in?
He was making light of the comment that Biden had said about the Trump supporters being garbage.
Do you think that landed well with his cult members? Because did you go get a shirt like that and put garbage
Excuse
for?
me.
Did
I'm
you
not a
get?
cult. I
But
don't,
did you get a shirt like that though, Teresa?
of course not,
Why didn't you do it?
because I don't play into the stupidness of this campaign on either side.
But
I mean, it's so ridiculous.
some of the Trump supporters, because you know, Donald Trump is known for saying that he likes the poorly educated. You know that, right? And and wouldn't you agree that a lot of his supporters aren't that bright?
No, I don't agree with that.
But think about it. You didn't go put that shirt on and that "Make America Great Again" hat. You didn't. Did you send him any of your money? Did you send Trump money to buy any of his paraphernalia?
No, I did not.
But that guy did.
Well, I don't care what he did.
Would you
That's
say
not me.
that? But that's not a good thing, right? If you don't have money for bacon and eggs and stuff, should you be buying Trump gear?
I don't care what people buy. You know, it's their money. They buy what they want.
Yeah. So I see.
I'm a 68-year-old disabled veteran, homebound,
Well, thank you for your
bedbound.
service. Thank you
No
for your
problem.
service. All
I
right.
don't have time for all of this nonsense. I just want to get it voted on and go on with my life.
Did you already vote? And I know you
Yes, I
did.
did.
I know you did.
Yes.
And you voted for Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
Teresa, I'm just so disappointed in you. I don't get how you let a man call you garbage and still vote for him.
Oh, come on now. You know he didn't call me garbage. You can go through your little spiel again. It was Biden who called Trump supporters, and I say apostrophe S with that,
Yeah. But
as
you
garbage.
but you didn't
It's
you
senseless. Why even talk about it? It's stupid. It's it makes no difference.
well, what about all of his other remarks? You got to admit this guy you know he's sabotaging his own campaign right now, right?
No, he's not.
Did you hear some of the things that he said over the weekend?
I probably heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you think? Let me see if I can get something on the record this morning in in the kingdom. All right, because what we do is we don't just like to talk about it, but we also like to be about it. Let's listen to some of the things your cult leader said. All right.
The image of our country is terrible. It's terrible. It's a failed country. That's what it is. They view us as a nation in decline, but even worse, they view us as a failed country. Kamala's closing message to America is that she hates you. You know, there's got to be something there. I think she does. I do believe you. The day that I left, I shouldn't have left. I mean, honestly, because we did so well. That white, beautiful white skin that I have would be nice and tan. I got the whitest skin because I never have time to go out in the sun, but I have that beautiful white, and you know what? It could have been beautiful tan, beautiful. And I have this piece of glass here But all we have really over here is the fake news, right? And to get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news. And I don't mind that so much, because I can sit.
So did you hear any of that, Teresa?
I heard it all.
You're a Christian, I suppose.
Yes, I am.
How, again, why do you turn your back when evil's being committed?
The evil I see is committed on the.
No, I didn't ask you that. Donald Trump basically advocated that we cause harm to the media. All right.
He didn't advocate that.
Some-
He didn't.
Some people say there's already been multiple attempts on his life, right? So for you to simply ignore that kind of threat that he made, it means you're ignoring evil. All right. And you know the man's been impeached twice, right?
Right.
And you know that means when you get impeached, you're not doing a good job. All right. That's the way that we hold presidents accountable, which is you impeach them if they're doing a bad job. He's been impeached twice. You know that he has been convicted. Felonies. These aren't even misdemeanors. These are felonies. Teresa,
No, not felonies, sir.
I'd hate to break it to you like that, but they are felonies. You know what he did, right? He lied. He lied to the American people about his relationship with Stormy Daniels, and he falsified his business records to try to cover it up, Teresa.
I've heard it all. I mean,
So you're going to ignore it.
no, I'm not ignoring anything. I don't play with the propaganda. I listen for the policy. That's all I care about.
Which policy did Donald Trump actually fulfill? Remember when he said he was going to build the wall and make Mexico pay for it? Were you in favor of that policy?
Yes, I was.
He never did it. He never
Well-
did it. He took money from our military, though, to try to build it. Which means it came from you and I. That means he lied and took our money.
God.
I can't believe you would support a convicted felon who has a track record of lying. Did you know, Teresa, that he SA'd E. Jean Carroll? You know who she is, right? That woman? You heard about what he did to her?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what I understand is when you found out that information, maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong. You said, you know what, Donald Trump? I don't believe her. I trust you. You got my vote. That's what you did, right?
I did.
Yeah. That means you're ignoring evil. And the good Lord, you went to church Sunday? I don't know if you did.
No, I'm homebound. And
Okay, did you turn on any YouTube videos and watch any online pastors or anything like that? Because that's an option as well, right?
I don't.
You didn't do that?
No.
So where do you get the good news from?
From the faith based channels that I have.
Where can I get an example? Because I want to check into it, all right? Because I'm concerned about your soul, Teresa.
Don't be concerned about my soul. You
No,
better be concerned about your soul.
because we may have gotten off on the wrong foot with each other, but I can tell you mean well, but you've been seriously misguided. Somewhere along the way, you went from being a patriot and standing up for democracy to now you're standing up for somebody who doesn't give a darn about the democracy. What happened, right? So your soul is on the line. You know who Mike Pence is, right?
Yes.
And he's a Christian.
Yes.
Remember what he said? I'll help you. I'll help you. I'll help you out.
Irrespective of the indictment, I want the American people to know that I had no right to overturn the election. And that on that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution. But I chose the Constitution, and I always will. Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be President of the United States. And anyone who asks someone else to put themselves over the Constitution should never be President of the United States again.
That right.
But what the President maintained that day. and frankly has said over and over again over the last 2.5 years, is completely false. I dismissed it out of hand, but sadly the president was surrounded by a group of crackpot lawyers that kept telling him what his itching ears wanted to hear. I had hoped that on this matter of January 6th that it wouldn't come to this, because I do believe that this is going to further ignite the divide in the country. It'll be up to the government now to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this actually represented criminal activity. But what I want the American people to know is that I know in my heart of hearts that I did my duty under the Constitution that day.
So, Teresa, honestly, why would Mike Pence set aside his faith in Jesus and lie? Why would he do such a thing, Teresa?
Because I know it works. I believe it.
All right, is that Fox News you got on in the background?
Well, it could be.
You might want to. Is it all right if we hit mute on that? Because I'm trying to save your soul.
Oh, come on.
And Fox News just isn't doing it. You can tell. You can tell Fox has let you down, Teresa.
Come on, man.
Huh? You know what? You would be, honestly, you would be a real great person if you would turn off that Fox News and just come on into this platform that we got going here and listen to us help you get out of that situation you found yourself in. All right?
I'm right where I want to be.
Where?
Right where I want to be. With
Where?
President Donald J. Trump.
Uma Dog, thank you for the subscription. So thank you for the subscription. Hold on. So you don't mind the fact that you're in a cult? Because I was trying to spare your soul this morning, Teresa. Because we got off to a terrible start. I'm trying to save your soul, but I don't know if it's even possible at this point. It sounds like
no way you could save anybody.
So you want to go to hell?
Oh, come on, man! Don't even go there.
Do I look like I'm kidding?
I don't care if you're kidding or not.
Yeah, okay, so then it doesn't even matter. So just admit it, Zeus. I don't mind spending the rest of my natural life and spending eternity in the lake of fire. Just confess it right now. Because that's where you're headed, Teresa. I didn't know if has anyone ever told you that before?
Because I am voting for Donald Trump.
No, you're not voting for Donald Trump. You're voting for the devil. You're voting for a demon. You're voting for evil.
The demon is on the Democrat side.
That's a lie from the lake of fire. That's a lie from the pits of hell. You have no evidence, Teresa. Teresa, you have. What has Harris done? What has Harris done?
She's lied from day one. She hasn't done a damn thing. That's what the problem is. Nothing.
So what else has she done? Let's just say she's a liar. I'll give you that. What else is Harris?
She's a snake.
Okay, what else? I'm listening.
The list is so long, honey.
Okay. Well, you know what? I got a list that you need to think about. Donald Trump, he's a predator. Like Jeffrey, you know who Jeffrey is? Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. He's a predator. You're voting for the predator. Donald Trump is a convicted felon. You're voting for him. Donald Trump cheated on his wives. He's a cheater. He's an adulteress. You, Teresa, voted for him. Donald Trump is a serial liar. You only said Kamala was a liar. Donald Trump's a serial liar. And you voted for him. You keep excusing Donald Trump. Actually, you know what? I forgot to add. He's an unaliver. He's an unaliver. You have women in this country who are victims of his national little AB ban, and they've lost their lives because of this guy, packing the Supreme Court with conservative justices. He lied to the American people about the dangers of the pandemic. He's an unaliver. And Teresa, you voted for him. I don't know what planet you're on, but when you choose evil, the way you choose evil, you choose it like it's a snack right in your cabinet somewhere, like it's a pack of Oreo cookies. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like somebody on their way to heaven to tarry with Jesus. That sounds like somebody who's possessed with the MAGA demon and is on their way to hell with gasoline draws on.
Hello, Chad.
You're such a comedian. You know it. You are such a comedian. I have prayed and prayed and prayed about this election. And
You think it's funny you're going to hell? Wow.
my prayers are between me and my Lord.
Well, let us hear. Could you give us a sample
No,
of
no,
what you said
no,
to the
no.
Lord?
No, I'm not going to.
Of course, because you can't prove that. You can't prove that. No one can validate any of that.
I don't have to, not to you.
W.
no.
Rick in the chat. Look at that. I got a train, as you can see. Teresa, no one can validate anything you're saying. We only can talk about stuff that can be validated, right?
Whatever. Yeah.
All right. So, unfortunately, Teresa, you're beyond saving. God told me God put it on my heart this morning. He said, Teresa, wake up. Get out of the cult before it's too late. You know what I say to people like you? I say, if you don't get out of the cult, you're going to end up getting the ultimate MAGA reward. Do you know what the ultimate MAGA reward is? Let me explain it. It's jail, and if you don't get your soul right, hell. With a chapter 11 in between. And every single Trump supporter, especially those who smelled his dirty diaper, they've gotten it. You see what's happening to Rudy Giuliani right now, right?
Yeah.
He's going broke, ain't he?
I don't care. That's him and whatever he's got going on with his life.
So you don't even care.
No, sir.
Okay.
I
All
got
right.
other things. I'm trying to live my life.
Okay, well,
The Harris-Biden administration has got this world turned upside down. The United States is nothing like it used to be. I'm 68 years old, and I've lived a good life.
okay.
And I can say that I am doing worse now than I did the last 4 years.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I got to call a foul. I got to call, in what sense are you doing worse?
Very consistent. We're in agreement.
Well, I'm
can't
on
even-
Social Security.
Well, Trump wants to take that away.
No, he doesn't. Come
Go-
on. Come on. He's
Teresa,
not going to take Social
he's trying to.
Listen.
He's trying to.
I don't want to hear anymore if you're
Okay,
bull
so
crap.
it's BS to you now. All right, well, listen up, Teresa. I got something else to do. All right, since you and we can't meet at, our minds are unable to meet and connect. I'm going to take care of business. All right, and you know what that means, right? I'm going to warm up the lake of fire for your special behind. All right. Okay. Now you're on your way to hell with gasoline with gasoline draws on, and
You
you
are
said.
so funny.
You said that I'm a comedian. Well, listen, I hope this makes you laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to toss her special behind into the lake of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a MAGA demon right there. Literally, Donald Trump's trying to take away her Social Security, and she can't even see it because she's on that Kool-Aid. Well, you sound like a nice person, man, but when you're possessed with the MAGA demon, you're not such a nice person. Ladies and gentlemen, let's purge her of that MAGA demon. Let's give her a round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Never gonna get it, 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 never gonna get it. Never gonna get it,
I like that
never
part.
gonna get it, never 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 get it.
All right, ma'am. Obviously, you're not familiar with anything that's going on in that Bible. So let me just go ahead and skip you to the part you need to pay attention to. Go ahead and read the book of Revelations and understand what's coming your way. All right, because you're a prime candidate for hell. Listen to me being so judgmental. Belinda, please come on up here and talk to Big Zeus. Belinda, please come up here and talk to Big Zeus. All right. I'll help you get that taken care of, Belinda. All right. If you tell me I'm being judgmental, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna let you understand how we got here. And right. And I hope you got a little bit of time this morning. All right, Belinda, because I don't know about you, but we're done with Donald Trump. 8, 9 years of this guy judging this country, calling this nation a huge trash can, Belinda. Are you kidding me? Get out of your feelings, seriously. Please wake up, Belinda. I invited you up here because if you're going to say it, you should be able to come up here and back it up, all right? Yes, he did. He did call this country a garbage can. Good morning, Belinda. How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm all right. What part of the country are you calling from?
North Carolina.
All right. Shout out to North Carolina because I know there's some real Americans out there. So you believe Zeus is
I
judgmental?
don't really want to stay on here too long because I've had so many discussions with people supporting Harris. Like, we can't say anything to have voted for Trump. But honestly, and I know you're going to say this is a bunch of crap, but listen, I feel like she denied God in front of public. And no, you don't have to believe in God to be a president. But I am not going to have anything to do with somebody that does that and laughs about it. I'm not.
She says she prays twice a day. I don't know
care
what you're
anybody
talking
says
about.
anybody.
She said
When she
that at her
was in-
campaign
when she
multiple
was in
times,
that-
especially at the CNN town hall. I don't know what you're talking about, Belinda.
When she was in the
Propaganda.
rally, when she was in the rally, I seen it.
You got a
when
clip?
she
Can
was-
you play it?
It's on TikTok. Go look it up.
Well, I would prefer to make sure we get it right. You play the clip, and then I'll play the clip where she says that she prays twice a day. Or maybe I should just play my clip. How about I play my clip? Hold
But
on.
can I talk a minute? Because that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you do. You cut everybody off.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I'm just saying, and what about Western North Carolina? I live 2 hours from there. I know exactly what's going on. All y'all are acting like nothing happened. Harris and Biden have overspent the economy money. We have no way to save most of them people up there. Really, we don't. You can research that too.
Sometimes twice a
You
day.
hear that? Hold on,
Yeah, I
hold on.
hear that.
You know,
Hold on. Let me make sure we get that on the record. Hold on.
so
What
Hold on.
about when she said in
I
front
do
of the
pray every
rally?
day.
You hear what
I
she
do
said,
pray every day,
Belinda?
sometimes twice a
Yes.
day.
You can't. I can't hear it in
you know-
you. Let's get it going. Hold on, please. Let's go. Let's get this going. I want to make sure I heard this correctly.
I do pray every day. I do pray every day, sometimes twice a day. I grew up. So we grew up a little neighborhood church in Oakland, 23rd Avenue Church of God,
Thank
and
you. Thank you. So Belinda, you want to take that back because you can't be out
No.
here bearing false witness.
No, I'm not, because I seen her in a rally when she said, when the person spoke up and said, Jesus is Lord, she said, you are at the wrong rally, and had them removed.
That doesn't mean that she's not a spiritual person, though, right? That
But
means
she's
somebody.
somebody-
That means somebody was interrupting her during her speech. I don't get that. I didn't do that little thing, right? But I want to focus on this bearing false witness thing. Do you understand what that is?
Yes, I'm a churchgoer.
What is it when you bear false witness? Please get that out.
When
Let's
you,
get.
when you make false statements against someone, I know what it means.
And you wouldn't want to be guilty of doing that, right?
No.
Okay,
No.
now if I hit play and you hear her say she's praying twice a day, talks about her church in Oakland, I would say it's better that you err on the side of caution than to go out here and make these lies and statements about her that may not be true, right? As a Christian, you
Yeah,
know
and
that. So can we take that back, Belinda,
No,
please?
I'm not
So-
going to, because I seen what I seen.
But you didn't get it in the right context. And if you know things
It
about
doesn't matter.
But you
God
know how
says
the
if you deny me, then he's not going to know you in front of the Father.
Wait a second now. But you got to put that in its context, right? Cuz the devil can quote scripture too.
But
Right?
Can I ask you something?
Can the devil
Like,
quote scripture,
only-
Belinda? Belinda, can the devil quote scripture, yes or no?
Yes, he can.
And you heard Mike Pence say when Donald Trump was deceived on January 6th, what was he doing? He was listening to his crackpot lawyers who were saying things that his itching ears wanted to hear. You have to be able to rightfully divide these facts, these truths, Belinda, because that's how the devil ends up slipping a link on you.
Okay. Can
He
I
puts
ask you
enough
something?
he puts enough truth in it that gets you deceived. You know, there's a saying, you know what they say about rat poison, right? It's 1% poison and 99% food. You got to be careful, Belinda. That's all I'm trying to get you and your
and
friends to
I respect you for
understand.
that.
You're
I
welcome.
respect you for that.
Well, you're
But
welcome.
listen, just like the people right here on your comments are talking bad about me, saying I'm a demon, that's not right. Just because I voted for Trump does not make me a demon. I have my own beliefs like you do. I'm not talking about anybody that's voted for Harris. I just told you why I didn't want to. But see, I shouldn't be called names either.
Well, okay, let's go there. And I'm only going to do this for you, Belinda, because I genuinely am getting an impression that you're really trying to be a good person, right?
I am a good person.
Is Donald Trump calling people names?
I'm sure.
Okay, and that's not Christ-like, right?
No, but neither are your viewers saying I'm
Wait a
demon.
second, you can't get on the viewers yet. We
Yeah,
can't
I
get onto
can.
that. Well, because
But look, you were talking bad about that lady that was just on
I
here.
am Nina. Thank you for the subscription, Nina. No, I
You
wasn't.
were saying that she's going to go to the lake of fire. You shouldn't judge anybody. You should not judge anybody. You don't have the right. Just
But
like I don't have a right to judge how you believe. I'm not mad with you. I don't have no hard feelings to anybody that votes the way they do. We have a right to vote how we want to.
okay, but Belinda, I think we're missing a lot when you say that. You can't ignore how we got here as a country. All right, let's start off with this. You remember when Obama was president, and there's this conspiracy theory out there about his birth certificate.
I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
He wasn't born in the United States. He was born in Kenya. You don't remember all of that hatred and division that was caused?
No, honestly, I don't.
Well,
Really, I
Trump.
don't.
Well, let me help you understand. It was a conspiracy and it was racist, and Trump pushed it. Do you remember when Trump said Mexicans are rapists and stuff like that in his 2016 run? You remember when he started that stuff?
Who said that?
Donald J. Trump.
No, I don't remember that.
So you have Trump amnesia. I got it. Do you remember when he came down that golden escalator? Do you remember that? And he said we're gonna build the wall and make Mexico pay for it. You don't remember any of that stuff?
Yeah, I remember that part.
Okay. So you do remember where the name calling started. It was with him. He insulted Hillary Clinton, talked about her like she was a dog. He even went as far as to say, lock her up. So when people who are being beat up and bullied and victimized by this guy respond, you can't then say, well, look at those people. They're the problem, and totally ignore all the stuff Donald Trump has done to this country, as a matter of fact. What you're getting and what you're seeing right now is people in this country, they're just fed up with Donald Trump and his supporters doing things and pretending like they're the victims. It's not that difficult, Belinda, to understand. And this is why I go at it the way that I do when I find out people like you are Christians. It doesn't line up with scripture at all. Jesus never any of the passages that I read did any of the stuff Donald Trump is doing. As a matter of fact, people who were doing things in his name and they were doing it incorrectly, he made sure he let them know they're not doing anything to help him.
Marty that just was in the comments. Do not
Are you
judge
listening?
me saying I'm not a Christian. Yes, I'm listening, but I don't appreciate it.
Well, they're saying you're not a Christian because maybe you can help us answer the
But God
question.
said you can't judge people. So
Yeah,
hey,
but
there
no,
might- there
that's
might
not
be
that's
something wrong with
that's
them.
not that's not. No, he didn't say walk around blind.
Yeah, he didn't say walk around blind, but
He
you're
didn't
not
say
supposed to judge.
he did. He said you're supposed to be gentle, wise as a serpent, but gentle as a dove, right? So if you're wise like a serpent, that means you got to be able to know there's some snakes out here and
I
not go in
understand
that,
that.
right? So we call people like you. We say you're not a Christian because you don't display any Christ-like attributes.
Okay,
You don't
you
show
don't know
you
my personal
you don't
life.
you don't show compassion.
You don't know my personal life. So
I
how would you
do
that?
because
No,
you
you
listen to
don't.
it. You support a guy who demonizes people of color, immigrants all day long. He wakes up angry at immigrants. He lies. He doesn't care if he puts their lives in danger. Whatever it takes to get Belinda to vote for him, he'll do it, even if it's evil.
I've already voted for him, so it's too late now.
So you cannot be shocked that the people in the chat, knowing this, would say you're evil.
But see, I didn't come on here calling anyone names either. I just said I wanted to speak my opinion, and that was it.
But
Not
you
to
gotta,
be
yeah,
harassed.
but you know a tree by its fruit, though, Belinda, right?
Okay.
So if I see an orange tree, I could call it an orange tree.
Okay,
That's
but
not
listen.
judging, is it?
Zeus, listen.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you
listening.
walk by, listen, if you met me where I work and you walked by me and we had a conversation, you would never know I voted for Trump, and you would not say anything bad about me because I'm a very likable person. I really
I,
am.
I honestly do believe that, right? But the thing is, we're in a space right now in this country where how you vote is a topic that people talk about, all right? And when you give people that inside information about you, you kind of have to open they become
I understand.
right. So even people knowing I'm voting for Kamala, I got to deal with the whole, the rumors that are circulating about her. And I have my own convictions, all right? And there's things that Kamala does that I don't like. And if it's wrong, I have enough conviction within myself where I can say that's wrong. But I also know she hasn't done anything from what I know that puts it at a level where I'm actually compromising my morals and my values like Donald Trump does. Right? We have, to me, people who call themselves Christians saying they protect children. Okay, well, what about all these women across the country who are losing their life because they don't have access to reproductive care? You said you were trying to save children and you passed that national abortion, but now you have women dying. Come on, folks. I get that you don't like things, but why does it gotta cost people their lives? And that's the unchristlike thing about this. I never read anywhere in the Bible where Jesus went into different places and said, you either do what I say do, or I'm going to get you taken up to the highest courts and out of here. It didn't work like that. He planted seeds. He spoke in parables. And he allowed people to come to him as they were. But what we got right now is a tyrant and a cult. Okay? You know this man. You know he's SA'd women. For instance, let me play this for you if you don't mind. Let me play this for you. Let me get your honest opinion.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Listen to what he
If
said.
Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
What is your opinion about that?
How do you know that's not doctrine? Y'all keep saying that what I said a while ago is doctrine, and it's like scripted. How do you know?
This is Donald Trump speaking. You can't
I
make
heard
that
you.
up, right? What about this?
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Well, I don't
That's
think
not-
that's too funny. No, I don't think that's too funny. That's inappropriate. No,
That's not even Christ-like.
No, that's not.
All right, so what we are trying to wrap our minds around, Belinda, is how could a person who sits in church supposedly getting fed scriptures that come from the teachings of Jesus, right? How could a person listen to their pastors and know what Jesus stands for and then go out here and defend this kind of stuff? It doesn't compute.
All I'm going to say is this, and I'm going to go. When you were saying that we'll all be judged or whatever, I can't remember now. But at the end, when judgment comes, we'll all face our own judgment. And if I'm wrong, yeah, I'll face my own judgment. I will. You feel me? I mean, that's how I feel about it.
And that's how you're going to go out. That's how you're going to
And
walk
I'm going
and
to
end
pray
this.
about, and I have been praying about it.
That's how you're going to end this conversation with me today. Is Zeus? You're right, but I got to do what I got to do. This is why they call you a demon, Belinda, because under normal circumstances.
I don't care what people call me, because at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to matter is how God sees me when he calls me home. That's it. It doesn't matter to you.
Well, God is, would you believe it or not, but God is using me to talk to you, and he's letting you know how he sees you. You're a liar and a hypocrite.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. And unfortunately, you're a prime candidate for hell. It's sad. It's sad because I think you're a nice person, Belinda.
I'm not going to go to hell for voting for Trump, sir.
Yes,
I am not.
you definitely are, because it's not just you voting for him.
Let's turn the tables a minute. Just say in the end. Just say.
Ain't gonna be no end. Ain't gonna be no end.
Okay. if Harris, what if she's what you're calling him at the end of the day, and she's going to want to lead us to hell? She's going to go to hell too.
So you saying she's a guy?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, you said if Harris is a what?
I'm saying, what if she's a demon? How do you know that?
Oh, no.
I'm talking about all these demons.
Well, in the Bible, there's two things that it says are the pure and most undefiled religion is to take care of the children and the widows. If you look at her policies, that's basically what she's doing. She's providing financial support for people who are trying to start a family, and she's looking after women and their freedoms. So I would say between her and Trump, and Trump, he wants to do a national AB ban. He wants to do mass deportations. He wants to put tariffs on all these countries and drive up the cost of living on America. I would say between what Trump is talking about and what Harris is talking about, hers seems to align with scripture a lot more in terms of her just being a generally well-to-do person. I've also, like we said earlier, she said she prays twice a day. I'll take my chances with Kamala than the guy that's an adjudicated rapist, who's been convicted, who's been indicted, stealing our national secrets. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Can I ask you a question?
He cheated on his wives. All right. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Come on, Belinda. Give me a tougher question.
Can I ask you a question? When you were talking about AB, do you believe that a woman should be able to do that at 36 and 37 weeks?
I think I'm not a woman,
I'm
number
saying.
one. I'm not a woman, right? But
Of course.
I know women, believe it or not, because I'm Triple H, obviously I do. Every woman that I've ever known and that's opened up and discussed having things like this happening,
Right.
most of the time, they don't even want to do it. I've never met a woman where it's like, oh yes, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go to it's a very serious
But I'm saying
issue.
this child is living.
Can I finish? It's a very serious personal issue. And I don't think there's a woman out there that doesn't think of it that way. And when they have to go through that decision-making process, right? Whatever they choose to do with the consultation of their doctor, that's really what this is about. And I can't judge anybody in that moment because I understand there's decisions that I've had to make, not like that, but under situations where people might say you shouldn't do it. But when you're in those moments, you do what you feel is the right thing to do, Belinda.
I get that. I'm saying,
And I don't
believe-
think people who feel like this is the right thing to do for myself at this moment, I don't think we should turn around and incarcerate them and demonize them and weaponize the United States government against them.
I'm not judging the women. I'm just saying that
Well,
AB is not a choice of birth control. A lot of people do that. I'm just saying, and you know that's true too. But I believe that if a woman's life is in danger, like that's between her and her husband or her partner, whoever.
What
But
if-
just these people
what-
going out there having them
Wait a
because,
second.
oh my God, I made a mistake, or oh, I don't want this child. Give it to somebody that
But-
does want it.
Belinda,
I have a niece that can't even have children, and she's crying and wanting a baby so bad, and she's 32 and she's never had a child.
But Belinda, if we're being honest, there's 7 billion people on the planet. Every
Yeah.
woman's experience on the planet is not the same, right? So we can't do a one size fits all approach, right? That would be,
Right.
to me, this is the evil. Whatever a person, like for instance, you say it should be between her and her partner. Well, if you've been SA'd, great, you don't really have a partner now. You got this situation that occurred, very traumatic. This is going to be something you live with the rest of your life, regardless of whatever happened. In that moment, a woman making a decision, honestly, that's between her and God at this point. Honestly, I have no heaven or hell really to put this woman in. But if that's the decision that she's decided to make to save herself and her life, you and I both know we can't judge her.
But that's what I said. I know.
But what we have right now is we have a bunch of men in this country judging these women. And I don't know about you, but if they do that to one woman, then they're going to ultimately end up doing it to all women, all people. That's how life works. People that get into power, when they get away with something one time, don't they like to double back and do it again? And then they give them a little rope. They want to be a cowboy kind of thing, right? And that's what we're trying to stop. I get it. Morally speaking, yeah, you and I, we got our own different beliefs. I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm not in favor of locking women up. I'm not on that type of time. And I don't know why you would be. You might have a niece or a grandchild later on who ends up in a space where they get pregnant and they intend to carry the child to term. But guess what? They got a miscarriage. Don't you think they should be able to get access to?
Yeah, I mean that.
But in some states they don't get it because the doctor's too scared to do it because they might go to jail. So
Yeah, but if
we
the
have.
baby's already dead, if the baby's already unalive in the child, the woman's womb, I understand that they can get the medical treatment. That's not what we're talking about.
But can I say this?
Yes.
And I'm not a woman, but let's just imagine this. You find out the baby's a miscarriage. At what point does the doctor say, okay, we're allowed to do this legally? Because in a lot of these states, from what I understand, the time it takes to figure all of that out is too much time, and it ends up costing the woman their life.
I've never heard that because I know
Well,
someone that had a miscarriage, and as soon as they found out the woman didn't have a heartbeat, the child, they sent her right to the emergency room. I do know that.
well, some
I don't know about that part.
some situations that's not enough. They gotta see if they can save the child. I don't know, but it goes to the point where they risk the woman's life, and in some of these cases, you can go look this up. It happened in Texas. You can go look it up in Georgia. All over where there's these Trump abortion bans, women's lives are at risk now because they can't really draw a line in the sand where they say, well, now it's good to do it. Okay, now we can't do it. It's hard to find that line because every woman is different, right?
Yeah.
So this
Yes.
is why, yeah, Amber Thurman. All right, yeah, look up these people. We
just wondered-
have to understand it's not just about you in 2024. We're an advanced civilization now, supposedly. We should be able to see things as they are, not just how we want them to be. All right? And there's over 7 billion people on the planet. Come on now. Your experience alone doesn't speak for the entire human experience. So to make policies that only address your special situation and ignores everyone else is beyond ridiculous. All right? Okay. Now, Belinda, you've heard enough from Zeus. I gotta sometimes do things like bring up another guest because some people, this is not just a kingdom with Zeus, but I got a lot of friends that are willing to help me tell the truth. So let me see what I can do.
I believe you. I don't really want to talk to no one else. I'm reading all the comments. Everybody's already talking shit about me.
Wait. We keep it clean now. We keep it clean. All right. Now I'm going to bring up my good friend Shay. She's very nice. Maybe there's stuff I didn't address, but I want to have this out because I think we might be able to do something with you on the show. Shay, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Belinda. How are you?
Good morning. I'm
Good
okay.
morning. Hey, you're okay. Everything's okay. We're all just, it's a good discussion that we can all have. And, we don't have to agree on everything. But I think you're hearing a lot from Zeus and how he's addressing how we feel about the overturning of Roe v. Wade. And I'm a woman that has 2 children. I've never had an AB myself. I don't know that I would have ever done that in my life. But I also know as a woman that was essayed as a young child, that I always thought when I went to college that I would always want that option. I don't know that I ever would have taken the option.
Right.
But again, it's a personal decision. Don't you agree?
I do agree. And I have 3 sons and I have 9 grandchildren. So
Well, you're blessed.
I am
love
blessed.
that. I love
And
that.
that's what I'm saying. I don't want to pass judgment.
Ola,
I'm just
thank you,
speaking how
Ola.
I feel. This is how I feel. I voted for Trump. I can't change my mind. And
No, I
people see it
understand that,
wrong.
Belinda.
And
It's
I'm
not-
okay with that. I'm okay with people not agreeing with me because I don't agree with everybody either.
No, I understand that. We understand your vote has been casted, so has mine. At this point. So this isn't about, bashing you for voting for Trump. This isn't about any of this, okay? But it is
Yes.
about maybe you could have a better perspective, possibly, if we can achieve that today, because I do believe Kamala Harris is going to become president.
Me too.
And I really think that, you know, walking forward, maybe you could look at her through a little bit more of a rose-colored glasses to understand why America elected her, based on a lot of this issue. And what America is so done with Trump. I mean, it's been 9 years, and it's just been this chaotic mess. I used to be a Republican. I used to be conservative. I was raised conservative, Christian household in a small town in Texas. So Zeus, the reason he brought me up is he knows that I don't bash on conservatives. I don't do any of that. I understand, right? But but at the same time, I think what's sad is that the media has driven you guys to see Democrats, and I was taught the same way, Belinda. I was taught that Democrats are lazy, they want to live off the government, they're not Christian, they're violent, they're prone to violence. And what I realized was, as I was growing up in a very racist household, sadly heard the N-word on a daily basis, used to see the Triple K walk down the streets of my small town in Texas in a parade. And I, you know, I understood that's how I felt about everything. And I didn't understand it. I knew intrinsically it was wrong, but I just didn't understand how to put it to words until I got out of the household and got an education and became an educator. When I was teaching children of all backgrounds and, you know, socioeconomic backgrounds, I started to realize a lot of the stuff that I grew up learning or being told was wrong. And I watched the Republican Party that you know, with Reagan and the Bushes just dissolve into this mess. And I thought, what happened to the old party, you know, that used to run on traditional family values and small government and big military and all that?
That part.
They're no longer, when Trump showed up on the scene, it was no longer about policy anymore. And it was hate fueled. And a lot of the racists that, you know, the slow party switch, they went directly over to the right under him because of his racist rhetoric against immigrants and Muslims and a lot of the stuff he was doing. And I just sit here and go, how does anyone support this? There's one thing to be conservative. There's one thing to you know, want small government and things like that. But how do you can't say you deal with that, but then you're okay with this racist rhetoric. And that's the problem that we've gotten into. And so when we look at a woman's right to choose, Belinda, we have to respect that it is her choice.
Yes.
And that's all we're saying. We're not pro AB. Nobody's sitting here going, oh yeah, girl, you go in there. You get your fourth one. Let's go, girl. Like, nobody feels this way. Not one person feels this way.
Exactly.
I live in the state of Texas, and there are doctors that I talk to, and they are literally leaving the practice, or they're leaving the state of Texas because they're being told there's an OBGYN on this in our TikTok that has said, when I go into the operating room, there is so many stipulations that I have to follow now. I can't just directly go in and save her life. And she talks about it. And I think, where have we gone that you and I have given birth, Belinda, and you and I know that our lives are on the line giving birth. We're aware of this. And we know that anything can go wrong with us or the baby. And we just pray that our delivery goes safe. Can you imagine the doctor sitting here going, I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to think, okay, if there's a heartbeat, then I don't know. And then do I need to call my lawyer? What about all this? And time is just ticking. And this
political candy. Thank you for the subscription. Yeah.
A 17-year-old girl passed away.
That's the story. That's the story I wanted Belinda to hear. This is from Texas, right?
Yep.
I played this gut-wrenching story last week, Belinda. Women are losing their lives. So when the chat is
not a lie.
When the chat is, they're saying things, even though they say like the word demon, I genuinely believe these people still care about this country and the people in it, and we're running out of excuses or ways to figure out how to help y'all understand how serious this stuff is. Because when Trump says it and I see these people at his rallies laughing, it just makes my stomach. I'm just going. There's nothing this man can say to help y'all get it. So now we're at this place where I'd say it's like the modern day battlefield, right, Shay? This is where the modern day battlefield is. We're having to
really
duke
is.
it out right here on the internet, pushing
yeah.
up against the misinformation.
Well, it is. And then I just don't understand how anyone still supports him after January 6th. I mean, I just, it blows me away that, the right considers themselves, patriots, love our Constitution, and in the meantime are okay with a guy that literally just said in a rally a couple of days ago, he shouldn't have left the White House. He should have just stayed there. And there's so many that all get in debates about this and they'll say, he left. No, he didn't want to leave. He had to leave. He had to leave. And he just admitted it out of his own mouth. I shouldn't have left the White House. He's still pushing election rigging, and he's going to do it. He's going to lose tomorrow night, and he's going to come out and he's going to say, I won. There's a lot of investigations. I guarantee you, Melinda, we'll see you here on Wednesday. And let's see if he doesn't claim election rigging, I'll eat my words.
Fair enough. Well, he's already doing it, Shay.
Well,
he's already doing it.
He's going to claim that he won last night. It's going to be, I think, fairly a blowout tomorrow night. But he's going to claim he won. And that is so wrong to do.
Because what it does, Belinda, is it sets up his supporters to go down that dangerous path that we all saw him go down on January 6th.
Going to get more of his people who adore him in trouble.
Thank you.
And
Now-
go to prison and lose their lives. And it's just sad to me. It's sad.
Now we have to move it on now,
Yes.
Belinda. Thank you so much, Shay. But Belinda,
Thank you, Shay. I mean, it was nice talking to you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Belinda. It's my pleasure.
have we made any progress with you, Belinda? Because maybe you can go and tell other people.
I'm listening to
I
you, Shay.
voted for Trump, but maybe you should encourage people around you to do the right thing and vote for Kamala Harris. Is that something you and I can get an agreement on, Belinda? Because I think
Sadly, everybody I know has already voted. So, I mean, I can't change
She
anybody's
lives in
mind.
a small community. Yeah, we.
okay. All right. Well,
Well, hopefully you'll look on a little bit more of a rose-colored glasses with Kamala and what really most of
And just
America
so you know,
wants.
I
It's not
never,
just a
I
Democrat
never
issue.
voted. I never voted Republican to the last 2 times. I've always been a Democrat.
No,
So just
interesting.
everybody. So everybody knows.
Belinda, I'm looking
Wait
for
a
a
minute,
reason.
this is different.
I'm looking for a reason, right? Because the Lake of Fire is anyone's eligible.
Say I was raised just like you. So I mean, I just changed my mind the last 2 times, the last 2 elections, and I did vote for Trump. I know, Zeus, this is going to blow
Wait, you
your
voted
mind.
for
I'm
Barack
sorry.
Obama twice? You voted for Barack Obama twice?
Huh?
Did you
I
vote for
voted-
Barack
I
Obama?
voted for him once.
Once.
You voted for Biden.
No, I'm saying
No, she voted for Trump in 2016 and 2020 is what she's saying. No, 2020 and 2024?
right. I'm saying before that, I was always a Democrat.
You voted for Hillary.
Yes.
And-
no, not Hillary. Hillary wasn't president.
No, but in 2016 you voted for Hillary.
It was Hillary and Trump in 2016 and Biden
Yeah.
and Trump in 2020.
So you voted for Hillary, right?
Yeah.
2020, who did you vote for?
Was Trump?
Trump. And then she just voted for him again.
So you voted for Obama twice then? Because you
Right.
said you always
I'm
have.
sorry, I'm sorry. I got confused. Yes.
That's probably the most honest thing you said today. You've been
No,
through.
it's not, Zeus. Why you want to talk about me like that? I'm just
Because
trying to
Belinda, I was rocking and rolling with you. I was cooking and booking, and I was like, you know what, Belinda might not be a prime candidate for hell. But then you did that thing.
I'm not a prime candidate
But-
for hell, Zeus.
But you did.
He's just playing, Belinda. It's
I
an
can
experiment.
change. I mean, why do you think everybody's
Obviously
doomed to
not.
hell?
So you can change.
Yes, everybody can change.
Are you going to change going forward today? Because I don't want to catch you in any more lives endorsing.
I haven't lied, Zeus.
I don't want to see you endorsing Donald Trump going forward after this. This has been a tough conversation. So,
Listen.
do I have your word, Belinda, that you're done supporting him? You threw away your vote. I don't know why you did it. I'm a little worried, but
Q
We
Dot
will
wants to
see.
share something with
Zeus,
her.
I'm going to keep up with you whether you want to talk to me or not. How about that? And I'm going to let you know as time goes along how I'm feeling. So you may not agree and you may agree. I
I
honestly
just
came
will.
on here to be.
How
I
do you
honestly came on,
how do you
ma'am.
vote for a man that wanted to keep America together and then
I'm
vote for a
done.
man that wants to tear it apart? That's I'll
Because
never
honestly,
understand the switch
you
from
want to know
Obama
how
to
I feel?
Trump.
I was kind of disappointed in Obama.
Oh,
What?
Belinda, you've hurt my feelings enough
Yeah,
this morning.
somebody says I sound like my daddy. My daddy, I
Belinda,
don't know what about that.
Belinda,
My daddy served in the military for 30 years.
Belinda, I have to move this show on because other people want to talk. All right, this has been a great conversation. What are we doing? Are we done with Trump in
I'm
your
gonna
world or not? Because the Lake of Fire, we got to take care of business.
say thank you for listening to me. Zeus, thank you for listening to me, even though you don't agree with me. And I'm going to keep my eyes open in my heart, okay? And
I
I'll give
hope
it.
so. I hope
And
so
I'll
because
give everything
America's
a fair
moving
shot.
away
How
from
about
Trump.
that?
Yeah, America's moving away from Trump. I think as a
Maybe-
historian, we had to learn a lot. We let him
Turn,
in 2016.
turn it up a little more. Turn it up a little more. Turn it
So
up. I'm turning up the temperature, Belinda.
Zeus, I said, I'll open up my heart and listen, okay?
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm gonna still pray for you. I think you're a nice person, Belinda, but when you're possessed with the MAGA demon, Belinda, unfortunately, you're just not a nice person. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Belinda to the Lake of Fire. Belinda, come on back in about a week after we take care of business. All right, Belinda, come on back in a week. But in the meantime and in between time, you're possessed with the MAGA demon. Let's give her a round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA.
Wild. All right, Shay.
Yeah, so Kamala's going to 7 states today.
Let's go. We'll save this country. Whether MAGA likes it or not. That's what I needed to hear. Unfortunately, you just can't get through to everyone.
No, she's already casted her vote, but I think she heard a little bit, but it doesn't matter. I mean,
She was nice, but you know what? There's still she still had the MAGA demon in her, so we had to take care of business.
There's a lot of lost sweet people. And the thing is, with your guests, even prior to that, the thing that they get wrapped up in when they're Christian is like, but I'm a good person. It's
Nope.
like, but you're not when you're voting against people's rights. You're not. You're
that
not
part.
a good person when you support a man that's tearing our country apart. You're not
That
a
part.
good person when you are voting against people's rights and their livelihoods and all of these things. It's hate-filled.
Yep.
But
That
I know
part.
you're being told you're a good person because you've been told that this is the way that Christians have to walk. And so then you're like, but this is how, it's just so confusing to them. That's why it's like, it's ridiculous. And there's not a lot you can do with them because they're so deep into that belief and they can't think for themselves. Like I wanted to play, there's a funny clip about a guy interviewing 2 people wearing trash bags. And he's basically saying, but you're going off of what Biden called you because they're like, well, but Trump
Morning
calls
Star.
us Americans. And it's like, well, then why aren't you wearing American flags? Why are you wearing trash bags when Biden called you that? But yet, and they sit there and go, well, I don't know.
They don't have the ability to really think past 1 or 2 thoughts, right? And so this is why it's easy to catch MAGA being a bunch of hypocrites. But all right, Shay.
It is. All right. Love you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this.
we're going to win it. Let's give the beautiful
let's do
Shay
it.
a round of applause. No lies detected. We're gonna win this, but we're gonna also take care of business. All right. Now, if you're a Trump supporter, please look at the time. Oh my goodness. If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat, and I'll talk to you. As you can see, I think the Trump supporters, they know the end is near. You can just hear it. They sound defeated. Did you see Donald Trump's rallies yesterday? These rallies, they look like, oh my goodness, Creative Ink Studios. Make sure you go check out Creative Ink Studios, ladies and gentlemen. It's great product, great shirts. I mean, some of the best shirts ever. Billy, you don't want to talk to Zeus, Billy. I've already talked to you before. I'm pretty sure I've talked to you before, Billy. But you know what? You're being persistent and consistent. So let me see what you need to talk to Zeus about. Billy, what do you need this morning?
Oh, I just, you said put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, so I'm here.
Okay. So you already cast your vote?
No, I will tomorrow.
Oh, is there anything that I can do to perhaps change your mind about throwing it away?
You can try.
Yeah, okay. What's your number one reason for voting for Donald Trump?
The immigrant issue.
Okay, yeah. Well, what if I were to tell you he's not going to fix the problem at all? As a matter of fact, he's going to make it worse. Did you hear about what he's doing with Truth Social? He's actually sending a portion of the work to Mexico. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
You believe that too, huh?
Well, it's already been proven that's what he's doing. He's outsourcing. So he's saying to businesses, you can't go to Mexico or any other country because if you do, I'm going to put tariffs on you to make them stay. But he himself is getting it on the low out of Mexico. Doesn't that make him a hypocrite?
No.
So obviously then it means you don't really care about immigration. Right? I mean, don't you think he should have at least joined President Biden in getting that bipartisan border bill passed? That would have at least closed the door until he got into office, and then he could have fixed whatever needed to be fixed.
Close the door. I thought you said the border wasn't open right now.
It isn't.
Didn't Harris say and Biden said that the border wasn't an issue like the first 3.5 years of their presidency? Did that happen? Or am I mistaken?
You might be mistaken.
You just said
you might be
you might be open, right?
You might be mistaken. But I don't understand why you're so upset about what's going on at the southern border when at the end of the day, you're benefiting from a lot of the things that have happened. You know, these people come into the country. They contribute billions and billions of dollars to our economy. They're helping us get competitive with China, be competitive with China by helping our infrastructure get on, brought up to speed. I don't understand why you're so upset. Now, I'm not saying every single person that comes through is perfect. I'm not going to go as far as to say everybody that comes in is perfect. But a rational, well-to-do, thinking individual could understand. Right, because we got people in the United States that are garbage, right? Correct. So when it all is said and done, you got to be you got to be able to take the good with the bad and whatever comes in. So for the most part, I think the majority of people who are coming to the United States, it makes me go, if the United States is so bad, why do these people want to come here? Somebody's lying. Either what Donald Trump is saying is true, this is a terrible country under Biden and Harris, or these people coming in, that's not really happening. Which one is it?
I agree that some of them coming in are seeking asylum and they're fleeing their country. I totally.
Well, your connection's out. I can't hear you, bro. Your connection. You got that MAGA Wi-Fi? Yeah, something's wrong, Billy Crash. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Billy Crash's internet connection isn't doing so great. Billy Crash, why don't you come on back? You know what? We were about to have a great conversation, but I could tell something happened to you out there in MAGAville. All right, but since you brought up the border, which I think is a terrible excuse to vote for somebody who doesn't even care about the Constitution, I'm going to take care of business. Don't worry, Billy. I'll lower your taxes. Let's give them a round of boos and shame. Come back when you get that internet fixed.
Silence, you MAGA.
Come on back, Billy, when you get that internet fixed, all right? But listen, one more, and then we'll try to bring up some more mutuals, all right? Because we're on a tight schedule this morning. All right, if you're a Trump supporter, please identify yourself. Put garbage for Trump in the chat, please. If you're a Trump supporter, please write garbage for Trump in the chat, and I'll definitely help you get the problems fixed, all right? Don't worry about it. We will definitely lower your taxes over here, all right? Garbage for Trump in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I would love to talk to you, right? And you know, that you can't get mad at me for saying that because you all don't mind being called garbage. And, you know, let me again show you what I mean when I say what I said. Because let me see. When I saw this brother, right? This is a brother, you know, he didn't drunk the Kool-Aid and he actually did something. I said, when you don't give me an avenue. Don't give me the lane, because if you give me the lane, I'm going to go in and I'm going to score. And I saw this brother dress himself up. I said, what is it? I know that's not Mr. T. I pity the fool. But it was. Garbage for Trump, read his shirt. I said, wow. Wow. Somebody's mama, somebody's auntie really let this brother go out like this and do himself in. When I saw this, I said, you gave us the avenue. I can call you garbage. We can call you garbage now. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So don't get mad at me, all right? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, or put garbage for Trump if you're a Trump supporter. I'm sorry. And don't worry, it's fine. If they don't, listen, if you don't take it as an insult, I'm not either. So can I talk to a Trump supporter out there? Any Trump supporters? If you don't take it as an insult, then I'm not going to either. It is what it is. I think he's a superhero in MAGAville. Now that I think about it, he's a superhero. He's wearing his badge with honor. He's proud. I actually think there was a cape on in the back, right? Chrissy, are you a Trump supporter, Chrissy? You said you would love to chat. Are you a Trump supporter, Chrissy? He didn't know better. Well, if he didn't know better, too bad. You've opened up the door, all right? And you can't, because you know the Democrats, right? And especially some of my friends, they're not as nice as me. You open up that door, all bets are off. We're going to talk about it. Chrissy, did you say you're a Trump supporter? Please identify yourselves, all right? Please identify Yes, Chrissy, how can I hear you? Okay, listen, Chrissy, you keep saying, are you a Trump supporter? I'm a little concerned. Are you there, Chrissy? Going once? Chrissy, I think there's an internet connection issue with you or something, because for some strange reason, I'm not getting it's not patching you through, Chrissy, all right? So maybe you got to get somewhere where, the internet connection is a little stronger. Let me see, who do I got next? Lewis, good morning. How are you doing? Lewis, please come on into the show. Good morning. How are you doing, champ? Are you a Trump supporter? I'm not a Trump supporter. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not.
I just wanted to let you know something so sad.
What's that? I gave you a good minute, but then you can send another request because I'm trying to. Okay, what do you got? What do you got?
Just knew this man in the neighborhood, always helping him out and all that stuff with mechanics and stuff like that. That's a good neighbor. So come to a point that is last week, I'm telling her, hey man, I'm about to go boat. Early because I don't want to do those lines.
Right.
He said, yeah. And he started with Trump. So he's my neighbor. I don't want to get into that division thing. So I said, look, I'm not looking to politics. I'm not looking to none of that. I go for morals. Morals is the only thing that make me go and vote for Kamala. Morals.
Thank you.
Because if you got morals, your family got morals. But if you trying to support somebody that has no morals, that's your business. I love you, bro. But since then, the man hasn't even said nothing to me no more.
Whoa!
Yeah, but I put my sticker in my car. I said, you know what? I'll go voting early. But that was I love this show,
what part of the country are you from, though? That's a good message.
I'm in Virginia.
Shout out to the beautiful state of Virginia. So let me make sure I get this clear. You looked at your friend, this is your neighbor, and you said, hey, I don't follow all of that policy talk and whatnot. I look at the character, the morals.
Morals, yep, that's it. That's why your parents raised you with good morals. Yep.
And what I'm gathering is you said that to him and you went and voted for Kamala.
Nope, I didn't say that to him that I was voting for Kamala, but I was going to vote for Kamala.
Yeah. But now you don't talk to each other.
No, he hasn't talked to me. I'm not saying that. He just hasn't talked to me, and he see me, but he doesn't talk to me. Most of the time, he's like, hey, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. But this time, he just came by, like, hey, But I don't dislike the guy. He's a good guy, but...
Yeah, but you did something to his mind. You fried his brain. You fried him because he's now going to have to think about that statement you said to him. Yeah. And that's what it's those subtle things, because it was very respectful. You didn't say anything wrong to him.
No, I didn't want to get in no politics and none of that stuff. I just want to go straight personal. Look, it's all about morals, man. I got kids, you got kids, and I want to teach my kids, whenever I'm gone, they're going to have something from his dad, which is character and morals.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Luis, my brother. That's an amazing message this morning, and it's short and sweet and to the point. So thank you for having the courage to come up here and share that story with us, champ. All right, I really do appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me.
All right, you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Lewis a round of applause. No, wise, protected, and you know what that means. That definitely falls in the category of, you know what we call it. What is it? We call it drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna frack. Drill, baby, drill, like it's hot.
We're gonna take care of that, Lewis. Thank you for that drill, baby, drill right there. Right? Thank you, Lewis. That's what I need to hear. We're gonna drill, baby, drill.
Insane asylums.
Right?
You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter.
They do.
Okay, they say,
What do they say?
We're gonna pay you down. We're gonna lower your taxes.
Yeah, we're gonna lower your
Deep
taxes.
insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill.
Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate that. We're gonna lower those taxes. We're gonna lower your taxes. All right, we'll take care of that. All right. If you're a Trump supporter, please put garbage for Trump in the chat so that Zeus can finish up what I need to do this morning. All right. We got an election that's right around the corner. Kamala, Tim Walz, they're going to be the winners, and we want to make sure we get you all fixed and straightened up right before the results come out, because some of you might actually end up going to prison, right? Some of you might end up going to prison if you don't get it right. The election is tomorrow. Garbage for orange. Oh no. I think I've talked to this character. They come up here and they just say nasty things. You can't, this is a certified MAGA demon. Just I'm going to minister to your soul, because last time you got in the box, you did something real nasty. You said some words that'll get you flagged. I understand who you... Oh, no. Look at him. I'll be nice. I know you're going to be nice, because I got you right where I need you. All right? Right where I need you. I need you to sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. All right? Let me see. What do we got? All right. Let me see. All right. Let's see. Who do we got? User. Who is user? User, are you a Trump supporter? Are you a MAGA demon user?
Yeah, I'm a demon user.
All right. Did you already vote?
Tomorrow.
You're gonna vote. Is there anything I can do to change your mind?
Probably not.
What is your number one reason for voting for somebody you know is unfit?
How is he unfit?
Well, he's been impeached twice. I mean, that's enough, right?
Is it?
Yeah, if you've been impeached twice, I mean, no.
No, yeah.
He's been impeached twice. So that means to me, right, the first one was the withholding aid from Ukraine business. This means to me, I can't trust him in those kind of situations again. Second time he got impeached was inciting the insurrection.
In a war situation, but yet when he was under presidential, he was not in war.
Yet we had Afghanistan going on. Knock it off. That war was still going on.
Because of who?
Well, I mean, I just pushed back. You said we weren't, but we had the Afghanistan war. He didn't do his part in terms of doing the withdrawal.
Yeah, and how did the Democratic Party pull out?
I'm not saying it was a great thing, but we got it done. Right?
How many casualties?
Right? It didn't start. The war wasn't started by Democrats. And when Trump was... No.
It wasn't?
Nope. No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're crazy, dude.
Who started it?
Definitely not the Republicans. We haven't had the office except for 4 years.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
36.
All right, I need you to go look up who started that war. All right, and if you can, please come on back.
I honestly don't know.
Straightforward. Well, look at the chat. The chat does an outstanding job helping people like you understand, and even me, because sometimes I don't know everything. I don't expect you to know everything, but it was started by George Bush, a Republican. All right, and Donald Trump, he did say he was going to get all the troops out, but what he did was he weakened the United States, and then Biden took over, and when Biden took over, there was no transition plan because of January 6th, right? So
Don't
That's
even
that's
bring
the
up January
issue.
6th. I mean,
But but you got to admit, if you don't engage in the peaceful transfer of power, there's a lot of things that don't get communicated when it's time to
yeah,
hand
but
it off,
how they
right?
came back and said Michigan's was wrong. Did they not? They're voting.
Are we talking about the results of the election, or are we talking about Afghanistan?
No. Well, you just brought up the.
Well,
results.
I was just illustrating to you that when one administration hands over the keys to the next administration, there needs to be teams that work together to make sure the incoming administration knows what the current administration was dealing with, right?
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be that. That's why they call it the peaceful transfer of power. But because of January 6th, we know that never occurred, right?
You can say that. I mean, he clearly said peaceful protest.
Well, I'm not talking about the insurrection itself. I'm just talking about
okay.
do you think
No,
Donald
he
Trump
did not.
worked?
He did not.
Do you
No.
think Donald Trump sat down in the White House with Joe Biden and said, "Congratulations," shook his hand, "You are the winner, and my administration will begin working with your administration on"? Did that moment ever occur?
Okay. No, it did not. You are correct. But
That's the issue, and so
we're already seeing fluctuations in the voting already in this election.
Well, but I want to, if you don't mind, because you haven't voted, and I think I might be able to convince you.
You ain't gonna convince shit out of me.
Well, can you keep it clean, please?
Sorry.
And if I can't convince you, I got people that I hopefully can bring up that might be able to frame things in a way that at least you'll be able to walk away going, I know a lot more after this conversation than I did.
All right, you can try.
All right, so because there was no peaceful transfer of power, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and I can understand that the Biden-Harris administration, they had to kind of hit the ground running, right? We were in the thick of a pandemic, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you say, considering those things that were going on, that they did a pretty good job, stand-up job, getting this country out of that mess and, back in a situation where you can at least...
they made it worse.
How?
Before the transition.
So, how Biden and Harris made it worse before the transition?
Yeah, the campaign was going on and they made it sound like nothing was happening, but it was. They're the ones who wanted to shut everything down, not the Republican Party.
Well, Trump did the national shutdown. That was his plan. But do you know about? Why? Do you know? So in May of 2018, let me explain this.
Like I was just watching a video, for instance. Okay, is it okay that Home Depot can be open, Lowe's can be open, but the church has got to be closed?
Well, I don't know what the circumstances.
And I guarantee the Republicans aren't behind that. That was Democratic.
I don't know what the circumstances are, right? But if you're talking about during the pandemic, I think there were things that were considered essential, right?
Yeah, and I'm an essential person. I don't.
Right.
I go to work.
And we were dealing with something we've never dealt.
Took off through the whole pandemic.
We were. What industry are you in?
Concrete.
Okay. Well, some industries had way more importance than others, right? The thing I believe they were trying to prevent was having super spreader events, right? Because those are dangerous. Those were dangerous, especially without us having any vaccines or anything. We didn't know what we know now. Huh?
You vaccinated?
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
I mean, I'm here.
Yeah, so am I, and I'm not.
But Donald Trump.
I never quarantined or anything.
I mean, but that doesn't mean your experience is the experience for everyone else, right? Because you'll be honest. Let's be honest, user. There were people who lost their life.
There is.
Yeah, so you can't go around and say, "Well, I didn't lose mine, so nothing was wrong."
But the vaccine was proved to not work.
I mean, you can say that, but here we are reopened. I don't get it.
Yeah, well, eventually that's going to happen no matter what.
And the rest of the world,
you can't just stay closed. You can't
user,
shut down the country.
Right? But the rest of the world, even China, they did the vax. They got so you can't say it didn't work. Is my point, because here we are. We reopened. There's record travel this past summer, I don't know if you've been paying attention to this. And, if you go back in your brain 4 years ago, you're going, I remember we weren't going anywhere. We were all stuck in the house,
I
communicating
was
through
not
our.
stuck in the house. That's what I'm saying.
Some of us were.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Democrats.
No.
Yes.
Do you know what the White House pandemic response team was?
What was it?
It was a thing Obama put together in his administration because of the things that were going on, SARS and Ebola. He put together a pandemic response playbook, right?
Okay.
So that in the event stuff like that happens, we had a game plan. Believe it or not, you can go look it up. In May of 2018, Donald Trump disbanded the White House pandemic response team. You know why he did that?
Why is that?
Because Obama made it. He wanted to be the opposite of what Obama was.
What did they do with immigration?
Huh?
They disbanded that because Trump made it.
Did you catch what I just said?
Yeah, you said
it hurts you.
Obama.
So it hurts you when I show you who your daddy is. This is where we're at.
That ain't my daddy. I'm just saying.
No, Trump is your daddy.
Okay, you can call him. It's my daddy. There you go.
So whenever I show you who your daddy is, you do this thing where you change the topic.
That's what you do the whole time. I saw a lady earlier that you just ragged and ragged and ragged and ragged. And she was the nicest lady ever. And I thought that was the most disrespectful thing I'd ever seen.
You gotta be
like you're God.
You gotta be kidding me, bro.
No, I'm not.
You think me helping people get out of the cult is the most disrespectful thing you've ever seen? You think what I do is the most disrespectful thing?
Well, I don't call your side a cult.
Let me ask you this.
That's the difference between me and you.
Let me ask you
I
this.
don't call it a cult. You do.
Listen to this.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
What does that mean, D?
That's by the state. It's not you.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or.
What is it?
No,
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
By the state now.
You're saying I'm the. You're saying I'm the most disrespectful person you've ever spoken with or heard. That's the claim you made. I want to make sure I understand where I rate.
Calling people demons and stuff. I haven't disrespected you.
Wait a second. So am I more disrespectful than Donald Trump? That was where I was going. Am I more disrespectful than Donald Trump?
Yes, he's never called somebody a demon and told them they're going to hell.
He says, Kamala, W. Sue in the chat. W. Sue in the chat. You're getting triggered. Let me ask this again. Have you heard him say Kamala is a stupid person? Because he said that.
Well, everybody agrees.
So that's not disrespectful to you.
But that's not the whole.
No. Answer the question. Answer the question, user.
I just said yes.
Have you heard about him defaming E. Jean Carroll?
I don't know who that is.
The woman he SA'd and raped digitally.
Is that proven?
Yeah, he was found liable.
Liable.
Yeah. That means when they went into the courtroom and they did their little thing, he lost and ended up owing this woman money for doing that. So what about what he said about Stormy Daniels?
Okay. If you want to go there.
What about Katie? What about Katie Johnson?
Kamala?
What about Katie Johnson, the
what
woman?
About everybody that's endorsing Kamala.
But user.
No,
W. Sue in the chat, by the way. Thank you, Sue. User. I think it's safe to say I'm nowhere near as disrespectful as Donald Trump is.
You just called
W. Sue.
Demon and that they're going to hell.
User. I promise you, I'm not the only person here that knows that to be true. A lot of you Trump supporters are on your way to hell.
I'm going to hell. Okay.
Absolutely, you're going
fine. I actually don't believe in God, so you're not doing any.
It don't matter. You don't. Yeah, well, listen. You don't believe in a lot of things, right? You don't believe Joe Biden is your president, but he's your president.
I do know that.
Well,
Joe
say
Biden's my president. That's the difference. Between
I love it. I love that you are the first Trumper to say Joe Biden is my president. That made my day.
Well, it's true.
Yeah,
I can't change it.
But Donald Trump seems to believe that he didn't lose. But you're voting for that guy. So there's a disconnect, right? The person you're endorsing doesn't believe what you just said.
He didn't say that he isn't the president. He said that he didn't lose.
which is a lie. So you're proving my
You're gonna
point.
tell me that there is not
You're proving my
voter
point,
fraud.
user. You know you're proving my
There's no
point.
voter fraud.
User, you're twisting yourself into
Look at Lancaster.
nasty work up here.
Can't beat me, man.
Loser. I mean, I didn't mean loser. User. But it's funny they go together, right?
Yeah. See,
You're supporting.
You just want to disrespect people. Is all you want to do.
No, I'm honestly trying to stop you from throwing your vote away.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes, and like I said, I asked you earlier, am I more disrespectful than Donald Trump? You didn't answer the
Yes.
question.
You are.
And on what
Three
grounds?
times. You're telling people they're freaking demons and going to hell.
What about this?
She made 20.
Huh?
Hit me.
All right, what about this?
All right.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Let's go. I mean, let's
And what's your point?
Is that respectful or disrespectful?
Well, it's disrespectful, but it's not calling her a demon or telling her she's going to hell.
So in your world, you'd probably tell your daughter that over telling her she's going to hell. Guy, what about this?
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
I played the same thing like 10 times today. I mean, I've heard it. You got anything new?
That's funny to you, right?
No, you're gonna whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if the shoe fits, wear it. You're possessed with the MAGA demon. Right is right. Right is wrong in your world. Right, wrong is right.
So
You don't have the spine to stand up to Donald Trump. Listen, you don't have the spine to stand up to Donald Trump. You're a weak person, and I mean that with the most. I mean that with the. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible.
Mike and I actually do work. Good,
Okay.
good point.
Now listen. Maybe I'm not getting it through. So how about this? I don't got much time today.
No, we got time. Tell me what policies you like that Kamala has.
Hold on. I'm gonna bring up Nutty Professor and let Nutty talk to you, and then we're gonna take care of business. Don't worry, we'll lower your taxes. Good morning, Nutty. How are you doing?
Don't worry, I pay yours.
Yeah, good morning. So, hey, loser, how are you?
I'm great, loser.
Wonderful. So, there is no help for you. So, I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just going to help get you to the point of being okay of going to hell, because we are ramping up the lake of fire for you. Because,
all right. Strike it. Use hedge.
Know,
Use hedge. It burns hotter.
Yeah. So you do realize that you are a racist because you're voting for a racist.
What the hell is that?
User, please.
I'm gonna help you.
User, wear your badge with honor.
For a misogynist. You are.
Don't call me a
someone
racist.
Who does not care about the truth because you're voting for the ultimate liar. You are someone who does not care about anyone but themselves, because that's all you care about is user, loser, whatever your name is.
How many people do you help on a daily basis?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. I'm glad that you asked that, because
I only care about myself.
Right now, loser. Guess what I'm doing right now? I'm doing my black job.
Obviously.
I'm doing my black job.
User, please.
I'm doing my black
good
job.
friend, please,
you know
user.
what my black job is, loser?
Would you tell him to stop calling me loser then? If he wants me to be respectful.
Okay, if you want me to stop calling you loser, then you must get the vice president's name right.
That's a deal. That's a deal. Is that a deal? That's a deal. That's a deal we can honor.
You want me to say her name?
So if I hear you mispronounce her name again, it's going to get worse than loser.
That's how you say it.
Loser. Okay, pinche de huevo. So loser. Like I was stating, my black job is I'm out here helping people on a daily basis because I work for FEMA. So
how's FEMA doing on the coast?
Come again. So no. We're not gonna pivot. We're not gonna change directions. This is why you all are glitching out because every single time we prove a fact to y'all, y'all want to pivot. Y'all want to move the goalposts. Y'all want to change. So no, we're going to stick on I'm helping people on a daily basis. What are you doing other than pouring concrete?
I help people all the time. I work on their stuff for free.
No, you don't.
I'm a
You a
mechanic
damn
by
lie.
trade.
You a damn lie and the truth ain't in you.
See, you call me a liar. I didn't call
I
you a
am calling
liar.
you a liar. You,
What
do you know
is that?
why? Because you support a liar, and so therefore I don't know the distinction between you and him. Because you support a liar, so therefore you're a
asinine
liar.
to say that I'm a liar, and I
Yeah,
don't.
you're a
I
liar.
respect what you say, but you don't respect
Oh
what
no,
I
no,
say.
no. You're correct. I don't respect what you say, and I don't respect you. So there you go.
Exactly. That's the left.
No. That's not the left. That's me.
Wow.
That's me.
No.
I'm owning it. I'm saying it to you, to your face. I'm not behind your back. I'm not down in the comments. I'm here in your face, and I'm saying you're a piece of shit.
Oh, keep it clean, Nutty. Keep it clean. Gotta keep it clean. Where's my garbage?
Give me the growl, because he is a piece of garbage.
Gotta keep it clean. Moms is listening. Sorry, Mom. Nutty.
I don't
Yeah,
meet
sorry,
your
Mama,
agenda.
but we're less than 24 hours out from an election. We're out less than 24 hours from an election, and as long as these demons are
Now
going to
that's
continue
fair.
voting this way,
That's fair.
I'm not going to be chill. I am not going to be chill because they don't care about Amber Thurman. They don't care about Katie Johnson. They don't care about Kate Cox. They don't care about Philando Castile. They don't care about George Floyd. They care about their orange orangutan god.
I'm sorry, I don't have a speech in front of me, but what about all the people that died overseas under
Oh,
her?
that's funny because I don't have a speech in front of me either. And I don't care about what you say about people overseas when I'm talking
You
about
don't care
saving
about those
democracy
people?
here in America
You don't care
first.
about the people that are for your
Here
freedom?
in America
Yeezer.
first. You wanted to lie.
Stay
you
on
wanted
topic.
To lie about the
Silence.
wars.
Stop-
You wanted
stay-
to lie
Wanting
about
to
the
preach
wars.
to me.
You wanted to lie about the wars when y'all so stupid to not realize that Afghanistan was still going on when Donald Trump was in the White House. You are so stupid, and the people who vote like you, that y'all didn't realize that the Afghanistan war was started under George W. Bush. Y'all are so stupid that you don't even realize that Donald Trump, he negotiated with the Taliban.
W.
Y'all are
Sue in the chat.
freaking stupid.
Thank you,
You're
Sue.
not worth the oxygen that you breathe.
You see what you've done, user? You've gotten people worked up.
Oh, dang.
Could you stop it?
Because you want to get up here and sound so educated. Oh, Zeus, that
I'm
was
not
so,
educated.
that
I'm a
was
concrete worker, dude.
Well, we already know you're not educated. We knew that by your vote. So, Zeus, that was so mean to.
See, that's so
that
fucking
woman was the
left.
most,
Sorry
most
about playing.
respectful woman. Blah blah blah.
I
blah.
caught the curse and keep it clean. No,
Blah,
no
blah,
below
blah.
the
She was
belt.
the most respectful woman. User, get on your knees and apologize and repent.
Thank you. That's the only way out, user.
Repent.
And we'll lower your taxes, user, but you got to apologize.
Because here's the
Well,
deal.
you ain't gonna lower the taxes.
User, listen. I don't want you to follow me any other time, but I want you to follow me right now because the video that I just posted this morning, it breaks down because I know y'all want to say policy, but you don't even know how to spell policy, user. But
They don't.
I just posted a video today breaking down policy between Trump and Harris. I broke it down to people who want to vote for money and people who want to vote for morality. And in both categories, Kamala Harris is better for you, user. User, do you
W.
make over,
Sue.
do you make
Thank you,
over
Sue.
$1 million?
How is her policy better
Oh.
when it's been terrible when she's VP?
User, see, your level of understanding, you obviously do not know
It
how
was a
the
question.
government
You
works.
don't have to attack me.
Tell me what policy Kamala Harris has signed into law.
I have no idea because
Well, user, that's a very easy question.
He's being honest though, Nutty. Got to give him points for
I'm
honesty.
being
That's
honest.
honesty.
No, Zeus, no, Zeus, you stop right now. I'm not letting you take up for him. I know he's being honest, but if he gets up in a political live, he better know his stuff.
I'm not
The
politically.
fact is,
Point.
you don't know how government
I
works
just
because the
made a
vice
point that I
president
didn't
don't
know.
pass any policy, user.
Huh?
The vice president does not pass any policy. The vice president is
But
not
she gets
the president.
appointed.
The vice president is not the president of
Tony
the United
Harper,
States of
thank you for
America.
the subscription,
And
Tony.
the
You're
vice
doing God's
president
work. Thank
is
you.
What is
not
the
Congress.
job of the vice
The vice
president?
president does not sit in Congress. She's only the president of the Senate, and her only role in the Senate is to cast the tie-breaking vote. I need you to go back and learn government.
But they put her in charge of the border. How'd that
They
go?
didn't put her in charge of nothing. The devil is a lie. Even if she was in charge of the border, it is not her job. The Constitution states that she's the president of the Senate.
I believe if you look it up, Biden asked her.
W Nutty in the
say.
chat,
You
please.
don't
W
believe-
Nutty.
I don't believe nothing
This
you
is
say.
cooking. This is cooking at
Because
another
you are
level,
too
Nutty.
Stupid. You're too stupid to understand anything that you read.
How do you
You
guys
want to take
be so
everything that you hear
disrespectful,
and you
but
want to
yet
run with
we're
it
the
without
terrible
fact checking
people?
it, user, loser,
Can
whatever.
I
the hell
answer your
you
question?
want.
I saw him ask her on a.
You didn't
TV.
see nothing.
I didn't look it up.
You
He
didn't
asked
see
her
W
on the
Nutty,
border.
please.
She
He
said,
Nutty's
And I
Nutty's
also saw-
educating.
And I also saw Donald Trump call Puerto Rico garbage.
Oh,
Because
jeez.
when the comedian called the island garbage,
Thank you, Lisa.
the next day in the
W,
interview,
Lisa.
Donald Trump,
what,
that was a
what
comedian.
did Donald Trump say the next day in the interview? He said he wasn't wrong, so he endorsed it.
What was that?
So
That's
don't come at-
disgusting.
Don't come at me with like that, you piece of garbage, because you are garbage.
User.
When you get up in this political live, I
You understand?
need you to bring your facts and do
I
your
understand
homework.
this guy's full of it.
No, you're full of it.
He's educating.
Oh, he is? I haven't
Yeah,
heard
because
it
you
yet.
didn't know who started Afghanistan, from what I understand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
You didn't
admit
know.
that, did I not?
You didn't. Yeah, you didn't know what Kamala Harris's role has been. She's not the one signing
Obviously,
laws
so
into
what?
land. That's the president's
Okay,
job.
So what I learned from that is that the vice president does nothing, is what he said.
No, that's
Okay,
not
okay,
what he
you know
said
User,
either.
That's a fair. That's a fair statement. That's a
Okay,
fair statement,
he
user.
This is
said the
wild.
Senate. She runs
User.
the Senate. Or,
User, that's a fair statement. So let me ask you this question, user, loser. What did Mike Pence do? What did Joe
probably the
Biden
same.
do?
He didn't have no
What
responsibilities.
did Al Gore do?
He just had the deciding vote
What
in the
did
Senate.
George W. Bush do?
W. Rick
Come on,
in the
user.
chat. Rick W. Rick, let's go.
Tell me one time.
User, we're gonna give you.
American history.
User,
Tell
I'm gonna
me
give
one
you.
time in American history where the vice
W,
president
Sue.
passed any policy. Tell me.
Okay, and listen, user. This is a
said-
show.
Literally, if you look back, she said she was involved in everything. Just look
Okay,
at the
involved and passing policy are two different things, my guy.
video. Okay, so
User,
So again,
user,
tell
you're
me.
user. I just
I
wanted
know
to let
about
you know, user. You're not. It's not looking good for you. You're getting cooked.
I
We
don't
only
care.
got a few more minutes.
I don't care.
Nutty, please continue.
Of course you
I'm
don't
not
care.
easily offended.
Because you don't care about America.
And that's the
You only
part
care about loser. And that's
I don't
fine.
care about America.
That's fine.
you don't.
That's fine. Hey, Zeus, I don't even want to talk to this loser anymore. I do have some good news for you.
What's
so
that?
According to the polls, because they like polls, right?
Yeah.
I don't look at
Kamala
polls.
Harris has now taken the lead in Iowa.
Oh! Thank you.
Iowa, those corn-fed people, they're in
I bet
Iowa.
tomorrow you'll say something.
Iowa's completely red, and she's taking the lead according to the polls in Iowa.
On what side?
So, loser, I want to see you back here. I want to see you back here on Wednesday.
Thank you. Yeah,
I want to see
user.
you back here on Wednesday.
Please.
And now I want you to come bring
I'll
that
come
same rhetoric.
Yeah. Because we'll help you get those taxes lowered. We'll take care of that, user. But in the
It's
meantime,
been
go look
working
at my
out the last
video.
4 years.
you could complain about the last 4 years, but you're still working. Isn't that something? It would have been a lot worse if your cult leader was running this country.
He's
I
over
wouldn't
here
be
sitting
working
for
if
this
he was
dude
running
and
the
talking
country.
about I never
You
got
wouldn't
the
be.
vaccine,
I
and I
wouldn't.
never
That's weird.
socially distanced. I never quarantined. I never. It's all.
I
If
didn't.
you notice, it was
Difference between me and you. I worked. I
Notice
work
that,
for a
Zeus.
living. You
Zeus,
run your
it was
mouth for a living.
User,
It wasn't
stop
nothing
it.
about us as a
Oh, he
people.
can run his mouth, but I can't.
User,
I
no,
can't
user.
because I'm
I won't.
teaching you something,
User,
son.
Oh, no,
I-
no, no.
hold
no.
on.
You've been yelling at me the whole time.
User,
Come at me.
it's coming a little. It's. I don't think you're trying to be racist, but are you saying black people don't have jobs?
Are you seriously? I said.
You don't
Can
think
I see
I'm
this
working?
picture? Can
You
I
don't
see
think
this
Nutty
picture?
is
It's a white
working?
Jesus. It's a white Jesus in the picture, dude.
What is that guy?
Actually, first of all, Jesus was black. All right, so I
In
know
the
that's going to
picture,
trigger
look.
you.
So how is that racist?
So no. See, that shows how much you don't know
This is
history. Because Leonardo da
He
Vinci,
called-
he portrayed
Calling a
Jesus
racist
as a
card.
white
This is
man.
ridiculous,
Jesus
dude.
is not a white
User,
man.
user. I
if
want to
you look at
know.
that caption very carefully,
Hold on,
look at that
we'll address.
caption very
Let me
carefully,
listen. I put the race card out there. I'll address it, but please, Nutty, please.
said,
We
Put
could,
the race
it
card out
said
there.
conservative
No,
Jesus.
no, you be
That's
quiet.
y'all conservative Jesus. It
White
ain't
Jesus,
That
be
ain't
quiet.
my Jesus. That ain't my Jesus, because my Jesus doesn't look like
I
a
see
white
Jesus.
a white Afro. Let me.
I can see him on my
Mama,
screen.
Mama, I'm gonna
All
need
right,
you
why
to
you call me
don't
racist?
do it. User, let me ask this question then. Why do you
All right.
keep insisting that brothers like me and Nutty don't have any kind of jobs?
You're on a podcast.
That doesn't mean we don't have the ability to be employed at any. I mean, again, it's
You worked during the
racist.
pandemic.
It's racist. It's
How is
racist
that racist?
because the assumption is you think you're
I
better
didn't
than
look at
us.
your race and say that at all.
You
I
you,
said it
you
because
so let me ask this. You think because we're black, we can't get on TikTok and be employed. It has to
Why
be
do
one
you
or the
keep
other
saying
in your
because I'm
world
black?
because it doesn't make
Did he just
sense
say
to
he
me.
was? Did he just say he was black?
He's not black.
No,
He's not
no, I
black.
didn't say I
He
didn't. No, I didn't
so
say that.
so let me unpack this for you. Do you think black people can have jobs and be on TikTok?
Yeah.
Then why would you keep implying that neither one of us have the ability to do both? Unless you believe you're more superior than us.
I'm just gonna guess that you're a podcaster.
Well. Another L for user. The guessing is all terrible with you. You know
You're
what
not
your
a
problem?
podcaster?
You know what your problem
answer
is?
the question.
I'm not a podcaster. I don't know what the heck that is. But I know
What
one
is it?
thing. You never should judge a book by its cover. And user, you're like
So what
every
do you
other
do for
Trump
a living?
supporter. You're
What
like
do you do for a
every
living?
other Trump supporter.
What do you do for a living?
You stereotype all day and night. You generalize and spread lies. W-Sue in the chat. What I do for a living is I help people like you get out of the cold. And unfortunately, user, you're beyond being saved.
Yep.
You got
I'm
the
a
traits of your
racist.
dad. Yes, you got to work on that, bro. Because whether you're talking to me, Nutty, or anybody else that is of color, you better not assume that in all spaces you go into, you're always doing better than
You know
us.
why it always relates back to that?
Because that statement should have never came out of your mouth.
What statement?
You don't know anything about us.
What statement?
You assume we don't have jobs.
This is the problem.
I can say that to a white guy and it don't matter then, huh?
They don't understand when they disperse microaggressions. They don't understand what a microaggression is. So
There you go.
I do believe the fact that he does not know why you're saying this to him because it's a microaggression. And you know what, Zeus? Can I yield any time that I may have left? Can I yield it to our brother Q?
Yes, you
and
can.
I'll see you later so Q can come in here because I don't want him to leave because I want him to get educated.
And thank you, Nutty, because he didn't understand. He's falling right into the little trap we set. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Nutty a round of applause. All right, user, you've made it to round 3. After this, we'll take care of you. All right. I'm gonna bring up my brother Q Dog. All right, and if he can't get it through to you, you're gonna be wishing that he did. Good morning, Q Dog. How are you doing, champ?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
It's good. It's good. All right, you've heard what we're dealing with. Please take care of this if you don't mind. I'll be right back. But I know he's in good hands, Q Dog.
Definitely. Well, you got the Alpha, now you got the Omega, the beginning and the end. So I'm gonna give you a little educational speech. First, I have some questions for you. You voted for Trump.
I haven't voted.
Oh, you haven't voted yet, but
I'm voting tomorrow. Yeah, I am.
You're wanting to vote for him. Okay, let me ask you a question. Are you for people to be enslaved and stuff like that?
No.
Okay, let me ask you one more question. Are you for people of color to be unalived with no guardrails?
No.
Okay. Okay, you answered the first question and the second question perfectly. I'm gonna give you a piece. Let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with Lloyd's of London?
No, sir.
Okay. Lloyd's of London is an insurance company to this day that insured the first slave ships that came over to the Americas. Okay. They insured the ships and its cargo. You pretty much have an idea of what the cargo was, right?
Correct.
Okay. One of the major investors is Fox News.
Okay.
What platform does Trump use?
Well, Fox.
Okay.
But
Now,
I would have to say that any news outlet is irrelevant anymore.
No. Listen to me.
It's all corrupt.
There's a pattern to this. No heavy lifting.
I'm listening.
No heavy lifting. Just listen.
We're gonna lower your taxes. Don't worry, you.
Okay.
Stop telling me that.
Fox News is one of their major investors. And to this day, they have apologized on social media, on their platform, about being involved with the slave ships and us as cargo.
What year was this?
This was. What do you mean? What year was this?
That you're talking about?
It was established. The company was established in the 1800s, originally as a coffee house, and became a major insurance company to this day.
This is a serious question.
All I want you to do, because we have a limited amount of time.
I got a question. Serious question. When was Fox News established?
Say again?
When was Fox News established?
It doesn't matter when it was established. It was one of their major backers in the early 1900s.
Well, I don't know that it was
in the early 1900s.
Around, man.
In the early 1900s. Stop and listen, okay? Because that's what a lot of problems come about with folks that are with MAGA and want to follow Trump. They want to overtalk and they don't want to listen. That's what he does, and you don't realize you're doing it subliminally. Okay?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
The last guy was.
Then listen. No, because the last guy was a friend of mine. That's the reason why they brought me
he
up.
wouldn't let me talk.
Okay. But right now, all I want you to do is listen. I said that at the very beginning. Listen. You had a lot of conversation earlier in this call, okay? And right now is a listening piece. Listen.
I'm listening.
Oh, okay. So you said that you were not against slavery. You were not against people of color being unalive. Okay, we already established what that brings from with Trump's platform, his family that were affiliated with the Triple Ks. See, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Okay, I'm gonna give you a prime example of what just recently took place here. Okay, so you have an understanding.
User, where are you going, user? We don't got all day to do this. All right, when jewels are being dropped, I need your attention. All right, because other than that, I'm starting to think it's getting a little too hot for him. Q, you're cooking him a little too much.
I was looking what year
I'm gonna give him a few more. I'm gonna give him a few more.
1996.
W. Sue.
I'm gonna give you a few
Fox
more
News
educational
was made
pieces.
in 1996.
Okay, listen to me.
We're
bro.
talking about something completely different,
No.
user.
Fox
about
News
something
was
complete.
made in 1996.
Okay, great, user. Let us
I'm
finish
gonna
the
ask
lesson.
you-
Makes this whole thing a lie.
See, this is the
No,
whole
it doesn't.
This is the whole
Common
problem.
sense. He said
No.
that Fox News was the one that.
What part do you not understand about listening?
Jesus Christ, user.
What part do you not understand about listening, brother?
He's struggling.
I asked you just to listen and take in the information. Once I'm finished talking, then we can go to the next step, okay? That's what I want you to do right now. Just listen. No heavy lifting.
Right.
Okay? So, there was a recent incident, a couple recent incidents. Halloween. And it made national news because someone actually filmed this footage of a person with a golf cart trumped out. He was dressed up in Trump and then had the audacity to have a white tee woman behind it. They didn't have they didn't have enough gumph about themselves to do it with a black person, but they did it with a white woman with a dark colored wig on the head with their hands tied walking behind it. Now I'm gonna tell you where that comes from if you don't know. Okay, back in the day when slaves were trying to escape, what the slave catcher would do is one or two things. They would tie the rope around their hands or the chains, and they would drag them by either a horse or by a coach, a stage coach. Okay, so this is the rhetoric that we're seeing in today's society. Let me take it a step further. You may not have heard this name, but this just recently happened this week. Tremaine White. You know who I'm talking about, don't you, Zeus?
I've heard about it, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to educate him. Tremaine White was a father, an educated man, loved by his community. Went to a used tire shop in Liberty, Mississippi. This is just this week. Paid for the tires. Not only that, he tipped the people for changing his tires. He goes to a local gas station in Liberty, Mississippi, and the owner called the police, said that he poured out something white in his glass, which comes to be, it was a napkin.
Wow.
They took him out of that gas station, put their hands on him to a degree where he was unrecognizable to his 70, 80-year-old mother.
Wow.
His mother tried to find out what the charges were. They didn't have any charges. They didn't even have this man in the system. When they was able to let him talk to his mother, he said, "Mama, they're going to unalive me." Later on that night, and like I say, don't take my word for it. It's on my fraternity brother, Attorney Crump, Benjamin Crump's page.
Yeah.
He's a civil rights attorney. Okay, they unalived that man, and these are the people that you are backing when you decide you want to vote for Trump.
Amen.
I'm gonna explain something to you. He's already said that he's willing to give the immunity. They're starting it up. They're waiting. Okay, we're gonna do this now. Let's start it up before the office is taken.
Yeah,
thinking that Trump is going to take office a day before the election. He's already said he wants to give the immunity to police officers. See, it doesn't necessarily affect you because you're a white T man.
Sad.
You understand what I'm saying? But brothers like me, brothers like Zeus, brothers like Nutty, and other men of color, if this man was to get in office, guess what? We have targets on our back.
Exactly. Now listen, Q. I gotta because we're coming down the wire. We gotta get user to decide what is it going to be: Lake of Fire or Drill Baby Drill?
Drill Baby Drill.
So you're voting for Kamala?
Yeah. See. The thing
Jesus. She changed that from 2019.
The thing is, Zeus.
What's that?
He's no different than them police officers that they're going to investigate, and we have the DOJ and the FBI.
How do you guys stereotype me?
No. I'm stereotyping.
I see what it is. Yeah, he's no different.
I'm stereotyping based on your attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know you from Adam.
Yeah,
that's correct. I don't either.
But listen. I'm going to do the stereotyping. So you said you're voting for Trump still?
After everything I just told you and explained to you that you had no education of, and that Nutty explained to you had no education of, that Zeus told you you had no education of, now you got the education. Now, it's only one thing, and I'm going to say this one last thing, Zeus, so he could clearly understand.
All you're lining up for is to call me a racist.
No.
Are you voting for Trump or not?
No, you're just lining up to call me a racist. It's
so
all
you're voting for Trump?
I am voting for Trump, but you're all you guys are doing is trying.
Okay, don't worry. I'll take care of that. I'll lower your taxes, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, user is unfit to move forward. User, you failed 3 rounds of truth. All right, you sound like a nice person, But unfortunately, when you're possessed with the MAGA demon, you're really not a nice person. So we'll lower your taxes and we'll take care of that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give that previous guest user a huge round of boos and shame. All right, closing remarks, Q Dog. All right, we got to move it on.
I say this: we got one more day, Zeus.
Let's do it.
And the thing of the matter is, people like him, they don't give a darn. They don't.
They
care.
don't. They don't.
They don't care. They could see you in the street as a black man suffering and wouldn't even spit on you if you was on fire.
That part.
Because that's their mentality. That's how they were raised. And he knows it. He knows it's wrong.
Yeah.
But guess what? If he speaks out, well, his buddy's going to probably come after him. What do you mean? Are you an in lover now? That's how they think, bro. But as we know, we got more of us than is of them.
Amen. And to be honest, we got a lot of women on our side as well. I don't know what they got going on over there, but it's not looking good. All right, champ? All right, brother. Now I got to move it on. All right. I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, WQ Dog in the chat. He just booked another MAGA demon, and we sent him to the lake of fire together. Let's give Q Dog some love, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected. All right. Let me see what we got. All right. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I got to keep it moving. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know I got to talk to my brother Union Gang. All right. We're going to try to get through a couple of more friendlies, and then, you know what? I might have to cut out and get out of here. Good morning, Union Gang. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Union Gang.
It's going down. You know.
Yes.
Hey, it's the prosecutor versus the felon, baby. The prosecutor versus the felon.
Yes.
And we here for the prosecutor.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
We know that these MAGA demons are beyond redemption. Let me tell you, I was in another Veterans Live last night. And this guy just sparked out, man. He told the other veteran, there was a female, he told her he wanted to grape her, right, on the air. And the next guy that came in, I'm telling you, MAGA's crashing out. And so the very next guy that came in, because that's what prompted me to get into the live. So I got into the live and started letting them know, hey, we vote for Kamala, period.
Right.
And so the other dude lost it. He dropped a hard ER. Right, twice. And we thought he was talking to her. He was like, "No, I'm talking to you." He was pointing up at me.
Oh,
and I'm like, well, "Bring it on, MAGA." So he was like, "See," and then he had the nerve to say, "I'm not racist." Right? There's a difference between blacks and the ends with the hard ER. Right, that's how he was.
Right.
But because
W Sue, thank you, Sue. Donald Trump stands for racism.
It's over, man. This is why y'all support him. Policies, there is no policy for him. There is no policy for MAGA. That's why y'all here still supporting this dude. But you know the good news, MAGA? We about to roast you. It's a wrap, man. Kamala will be your president. Ain't a damn thing you can do to stop it, MAGA. Matter of fact, I'm going to hit the polls tomorrow. They short poll workers, man. I told them, hey, you know what? I'll take a double shift. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna go work out 6 hours out there and hold it down here in Virginia. That's what we got to do.
Amen,
so,
amen.
Guys, we got to lean all the way through the tape. The way we help these MAGA demons out is to defeat them. We must defeat them. We must defeat them. We must defeat Project 2025. And everybody that's in power right now that ever supported Trump, we got to purge them. That's how we deal with the with Project 2025. We deal with that, the Great Purge.
Amen.
Everyone that's named in it, everyone that supported it, everyone that still supports Trump today, we must make sure they have no place in the government. That's how we deal. That's how we deal with this fight. From the dog catcher to the Supreme Court, we must vote them out of power and continue to do everything in our power to empower.
Love you, Sue.
That's how we go do this.
Thank you, Sue.
And for the guy out here thinking that we don't work, we got multiple jobs.
Thank you.
Multiple jobs.
User,
I'm a
listen.
retired combat soldier. Right, been out here, hey, serve this country. While you was a gleam in your mama and daddy's eye, I was out here serving this country. Right, 22 years, 11 months and 4 days.
Wow.
Five operational deployments.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Captain Bone Spurs the third, and nobody in his family can match that.
Amen.
Because Trump is a draft dodger. He represents the worst of us. And tomorrow, I'm a single issue voter. This is all I care about is getting him out of power.
Exactly.
Under no circumstances are we gonna let Orange Jesus in there. Not for one.
Amen. Go ahead and show W Union Gang in the chat. Y'all know what's going on over here. Nothing but truth flowing. Nothing but
Exactly.
truth.
Hey, and you
Tara,
know
thank
what?
you, Tara.
Hey,
W Tara.
by the time we enjoying that Thanksgiving turkey, somebody going to prison. Somebody getting
Oh.
sentenced. Somebody
Oh.
getting sentenced, baby. And
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm gonna be right here to drink those Musketeers. And if you think Zeus is too tough on you, you can always come roll through Union Gang because we'll drag you to hell. Right? Hey, you can cuss as much as you want on there. Right? Hey, Zeus is the high road, but we don't mind taking the low road over here, baby.
If
We
that's your cup of
understand
tea.
everybody got to play. That's right. Everybody
Yeah.
got to, you know.
I
That's
won't
right.
be
We're not gonna
offended.
hold back on you, MAGA. That's
Yeah.
right. We're not gonna hold back on you, MAGA. We let you say what you got to say, and we're gonna say what we got to say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
This is what you all gonna be saying in the next 24 hours. Madam President Kamala Harris.
That's what I want to hear.
Break your chains.
Yeah.
Destroy our glass
Does Donald Trump sound like he's
ceiling.
winning? Does Donald Trump
No,
sound like
the
he's
man-
winning at his rallies? Because, you know, he was talking and he was saying, you know, something about the press getting hit
Yes.
with, you know. What do you think about all of that?
Yes, the man he's giving microphones Guap 3000. He's definitely losing his mind, right? The man is unhinged. He talking about smoking reporters, man. You know, he said, well, I should have never left office. Bro, you didn't have a choice. I was waiting for him because they was going to drag you out of the White House.
Right.
This bottom line, hey, once January 20th hit, that's it.
Yeah.
You're done. Noon, at high noon, you
Yeah.
turn back into a pumpkin.
Amen.
You're a normal citizen.
Yeah.
Right? And so they just dragged you out. The new team would have dragged you up out of there.
Yeah.
Trump can never be allowed in there. And the only reason that Trump even got in, because America still got a problem with that white supremacy. That's why. If you're willing to overlook all of the sins he did, all the dirt, all the racism, we know that Donald Trump's a white supremacist. Full stop.
Amen.
If you still support Trump, you are a white supremacist. Full stop. And we have to defeat you.
Yeah.
That's
No
how we
other
gonna
way to
learn
look
you
at it.
something. That's it. That's how we gonna learn you. We gotta beat you.
Yeah.
We gotta crush you in every election until you realize, you know what? These Negroes do vote. They went from picking cotton to picking presidents.
Woo, that's a bar. That's a bar. That's right. That went right over a lot of people's heads too when you said that. Yeah. Yeah.
And I know that makes them hurt, man. They make their little pee-pee hurt. Like my homegirl, you know, OG Straight Facts. said.
Straight
that
facts.
Hurts them. That get them
That
right in
gets
their
them.
feelings, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that gets them in their feels. Look, the moment you understand, but listen, you in good hands. Kamala is your mamala. Straight up. She gonna be your mamala, man. She
And
gonna
you
take
saw
good
her on
care of you.
Saturday Night Live too, right? Did you like what she
Yes.
did
Oh
on
my
Saturday
God.
Night Live? Go
She
ahead.
is so beautiful, man. I loved it. I love that entire segment.
Yeah.
You are seeing a woman she really represents the epitome of a black woman in this country. She's showing you how black women gotta overperform just to deal with the mediocre. He ain't even mediocre, right? He is the straight garbage, right?
Yeah.
The straight garbage blowing in from the sewage. The absolute worst of us.
Yeah.
And he's still being considered. The fact that this man is still being considered, it shows you the disconnect in this country of how hard black women really gotta work.
Yeah.
It should be a straight route. She should win all 50 states like they're talking about.
Creative
But
Ink Studios. Thank you, Cham.
And the reason why they're not is because America still got to wrestle with racism and dealing with that misogyny and that patriarchy. That's
part.
the real issue.
That
But
part.
Kamala, I cannot wait. That's why I say I'm running through the tape. I'm going to work the polls.
Thank
Me
you.
and my whole family voted. We getting everybody we can to the polls.
Amen.
We go do it. And I'm
All
gonna be
right.
out here doing donuts.
Amen.
On the victory lap once we get it.
That's what I like
power
to hear.
The people, baby.
Power to the
Hey,
people,
you
ladies
keep
and
hitting-
gentlemen.
I said, man, you keep hitting with the high road, and we gonna keep dragging them to hell.
We got it covered. We got it covered, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's
Show
go, baby.
Union
Power to
Gang
the
some
people.
love. Let's give them a round of applause. No lies detected. Kamala will be your next president, MAGA, whether you like it or not. And think about it. You got to think about how we've gotten here. You know, I started this thing on TikTok, right? I got on here. I was just going to do the music thing, right? But then it got real political real fast. And there was a great divide out here in the kingdom, seriously. And we've been having to just regularly educate people on how the government works. So what we did was, they said there was going to be a red wave. We stopped that dead in its track. There was no red wave. Now these MAGA demons, they're on the internet emailing themselves fake poll numbers and trying to say there's going to be a red wave again. It's not going to happen. We are ready to turn the page on you Trump supporters and your cult leader, Donald J. Trump. You can get mad, you can cry all you want, but it is a cult. As a matter of fact, I wasn't going to play it, but I think I will play it, all right, because it's definitely necessary. Did you hear what one of these MAGA demons said over the weekend? What is his name? We'll go ahead and get this on the record, too. Who do we got? Nick Fuentes. What did he say over the weekend about you Trump supporters wearing garbage? All right, listen to what he says, all right? Again, this is MAGA on MAGA violence, but listen up.
Garbage. And at the Trump rallies, they're yelling, trash for Trump, trash for Trump. And I saw other people. I saw white guys. I saw Hispanic guys inside trash cans jumping out of them with Trump signs. White guys with garbage bags that say trash for Trump 2024. And that was kind of like, to me, that was the moment when I realized Trumpism was a cult. That was the moment when I realized liberals are right. That was the moment when I realized it has gone too far. It is Frankenstein's monster. We have created a golem. It is a problem. You know, for years, liberals said, it's a cult. You're in a cult. And I said, well, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. It is a cult, and we are in it, and you are going to jail. That's how I felt about it for the past 8 years. But then I saw themselves dressing up as trash, like uncritically just dressing up as garbage and saying, we're garbage. And I said, yeah, I think we have a problem. It's like that moment in Scientology when...
Right. Thank you. So that's people from the cult reporting out that, yeah, the libs were right. You're all in a cult. So don't get offended when we say that, all right? You Trump supporters, all right? Now, look, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this special broadcast. You all deserve a round of applause. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to hang out with me. I really do appreciate it, all right? I also want to give a special thank you to all of my gifters, my subscribers, my moderators, and all of you, the panelists who came up here and chose to tell the truth as opposed to lie like these Trump supporters, all right? You all deserve this. All right, Shay, thank you so much, everyone, seriously. But you know what? We also got to give one last round of booze and shame, all right? And you know who this goes out to. This goes out to all of the Zeus haters out there. These are not just my haters. These are also your haters. They get on TikTok day in and day out, and they promote misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. Wittingly or unwittingly. I mean, especially the brothers for Donald Trump. When will y'all wake up and realize y'all getting all y'all information from Russia? It's sick. W Terror in the chat, all right? I also want to say it's for those who continue to promote evil, misogyny, bigotry, xenophobia, hatred. I mean, just all kinds of corruption and criminality on behalf of their orange cult leader, Donald J. Trump. Trust me when I tell you this, folks. These folks are the worst of the worst. They are truly the scum of the earth, or